Oh, I'm Eagle Garden 1 on Instagram, and this is fucking talking shit with Eagle, episode 409. What the fuck? Wormhole. I don't know what happened tonight's guest. I don't know what happened tonight's guest. But at some point, we got you back into the swing of things. Holy shit, it did not take you guys long. What is up, Jason Eyestone, Stu Moo, CJ Apple? How you guys doing? Al, the Beastly Mountain Skies. It's been a minute. Nice to see you. Gonna roll up some fucking 6-shooter. Probably not the best example there, but it's better than ever. There we go. Look pretty good. Look pretty good. Todd Kendricks, Giant, Mike in the house. Spiky Pilots. How you guys doing? What are you smoking on? Listen to a little bit of Mark. Jeff Pollock. Pala. Ned Denver, cheers to you as well. It's kind of nice not being able to have to type just to impress you guys. What are you guys smoking on now? Had a pretty good day, pretty neat Monday. Started off very rough, but even now throughout the day. Got a lot of stuff done in the garden. You can see them blasted down with the hose. Columbium behind me. The tent over there. We have Tiger King under that Bibbo light that they were nice enough to send. To move. God dogs. Got a bunch of good stuff back here in the tents. Got some Pop 1, Pop 2, some barbecue gorilla. Some other goodies back there. Stuff back over here. Man, that board thing Alex Hardy sent. Out of control. Out of control. Bubble gum. Damn, that sounds good. Haven't had no good bubble gum. Wait a minute. Top chat. Always top chat. Oh, but you're doing good, Mike. The comments in chat. Everybody's probably like, holy cow, he actually went live again. 2 for 2. So what do you guys got growing in your garden? Let me ask you that. Spiky Violet, nice to see you. Any suggestions on the music end of things? While it's kind of an open mic type atmosphere. And that girl in the back there looks yellow. Just like just that 1,000. She's so real. Everybody's in EX Gunna. Hell yeah. Roll that 2 blunt. I'm right there with you. I think I'm gonna roll a blunt. Not blunt, but old time say chili and tomato. Yeah. Okay. Actually grab some squash and I grabbed 1 tomato plant, I believe. 16, 1 it says. Who's in chat? Who's all in chat? I haven't seen 21 people yet. Smiley girls popping in. All these rappers doing Xanax, fuck that shit. What up, Smiley?
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
Listening, or talking some shit.
I get. Me too.
I don't know what the hell happened.
My guest tonight, but it is what it is, I guess. I sent the invitation, like confirmation out last night, and I got like 11:30, and they're like, "I'm ready." I'm like, "Cool, you're scheduled for tomorrow."
Oh shit.
And I get back, and they're like, "Oh shit, you're right." Figured, hell yeah, it's no mix up. We're still on for tomorrow. 11:30 rolls around. Crickets. And at that point, I'm kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm being stupid about this, but seeing how I contacted you yesterday, and I'm just trying to, maybe spotlight you and your product and all that good stuff. I don't think I should necessarily have to give you a reminder 5 minutes before the show that you're supposed to do this. So I just went to work, and I got some shit done, man. I am so close to actually having the garden completely back on point and like ready to step back up to all its glory. It's nice. It's been a long time since the garden's been just close to being on point. If I keep the rest of this shit on going, I'll be good. Good. I've already kind of told the customers and shit, and as far as like the daytime work, I'm like, man, I'm not falling back behind on my shit. Kind of same thing. I cut corners wherever corners. This is part-time shit. Just get me up and out of the house. You know what I mean? Know your place. And so everybody seems to be kind of happy with that, We're not in a hurry. We're just happy to have it. So if I can maintain that, it'll be a happy life. Be a happy life.
Balance, man.
So how are you doing today? Good. Now that I've rambled on for another 20 minutes after you got up.
No shit. I was just teasing. That's funny. Yeah. No, I did good, man. It was a busy day running around, getting everything done. But got it done. So feels good when you check everything, some things off the list, or I guess what you had on the list for that day.
Yes, it does. It's
rewarding. What is that? I'm trying to think of what it is. That it's dopamine, isn't it? The one that when you check it off the list, or is that serotonin? I forget.
I think
it's one of them that you get for a sense of accomplishment, and I think it's dopamine. I think it's because it's cheating it when you go smoke cigarettes or you drink beer, or I mean, all the drugs are sugar and all that. All the addictions trick your brain on the dopamine, I think, is what it is.
Everything. That's what I can't figure out. Smiley. Sugar is so bad for us in doses, but it seems to be like the building blocks of everything. Everything seems to depend on sugars in some way, shape, or form. Too much is bad. There's a fine line, but it's one of the things I'm like finding. As more you look, you find like beginning when I started talking about this, as you're gonna learn to hear all these stories, don't take one opinion into, the holy grail. Listen, find your common grounds. Eventually the shit will line up and you'll find the truths in it all. And I'm finding sugar in everything. Sugar in everything. Everything kind of relies on it or produces it or whatever. And it's crazy.
All different forms, though. That's the key to that. I mean, it's like saying salt. You know what I mean? Salt. Well, what kind of salt? Like there's all kind of different sugars too. So carbohydrates, all that. So it does depend on the form, I guess. Like nitrogen.
Somewhat. I think it's at some point either being used in one form or another and excreted in another form. So I think it has its place in the chain, and it's just being like everything else. It's being used, produced, excreted, something else picking it up, it's moving further down the chain until it all starts over again.
Yeah. I don't understand enough to describe it, but it's, I don't know. There's different forms though. That's the biggest thing. Like different structures in the way they're digested, the way they're intaken. I don't know enough about explaining it, but there's definitely like, cause like it's how like starches form and they're in a certain stable form, and then those will be broken down into the different, can be broken down into different carbohydrates or the sugars. Like there's, so I think that's the big thing is when you describe that whatever form of sugar, to be real specific would be to say what specific forms. You know what I mean? The pedantic of it. But I mean, to just leave out confusion though, that's like, you know what I mean? It is. It's like saying salt or whatever. Like, well, what kind of salt? What form of that or whatever, you know?
Well, we put, like in my case, I'm putting it in a raw form, in the form of molasses. I feed it to my plants. They uptake it and used it in a raw sugar type form, but they also produce their own type of sugars to put it back into the soil, which feeds bacteria and fungus, right? But it's taken up in one form, but excreted in another, right?
I guess I'm not sure that it's taking up the sugar in any form like that you're talking though. That's the thing. I mean, the to my knowledge, that's the claim from Nectar for the Gods too. Is they're putting in the sucrose, which is like the small chain sugar, where like molasses is a longer chain carbohydrate sugar, so it's takes a lot longer to dissolve or break that down basically. So a bigger chain, it's a bigger molecule is my understanding of it. So I don't know that it's, but I don't know. I mean, it could be getting broken down and taking up certain forms of it too. So, but I don't think it takes it up as the molasses like that. But I don't know. So yeah, I mean, they do. They take up calcium. They release calcium. They take up amino acids. They release amino acids. It's weird.
Really sucks in it. Keeping up with my typing these days. Keeping up with Chad. Chad's not even that
fast. No, I think
so,
like cakes and cookies idea that, like Dr. Elaine, it's not a knock on her at all, but she was obviously, we're learning more. That's all that I would say is we're learning more from there. So it's more than just what she was originally saying too. The cakes and cookies, there's a lot more they're figuring out going on. So I think the more we learn, the more we'll understand. But it's definitely on the right trail, I think, as opposed to going down the whole opposite trail of like modifying and let's fucking run our field crops like they're a flood and drain table and fuck the rest of the ecosystem. It is pretty crazy, man. They literally do that in agriculture when they set up all the fucking drain fields and shit, like the drainage and stuff. Like they're literally building a strata to fucking grow and like totally, it's almost like a flood and drain kind of system. Like it's fucking wild.
So I did finished up plant yesterday. Ended up with 6 females. You know what's funny is remember the two on the Colombian that stretched and I hung the bag off them? Do you remember me or seeing those where they're in the tray and actually hung a little sack off the edge of them, and they were like bent over and there was like a sack hanging from them, and because they shot up higher than the others real quick, and man, I assumed they were males. I assumed they were males, both of them. Female. Couldn't believe it. I had my money 100% off the gate on that. No deals.
Never
But
know.
man, the two males that I got out of the Columbia are pretty nice looking. One's got some amazing structure to it, for as far as, a small little plant. It's bush, you know what I mean? It's well structured, lots of branching. Then I've also got a couple Xmas males. I've been kind of cutting back. So I got a couple of tiny males hanging around. But in fact, I grabbed the one male.
Yeah,
That, I think looks kind of prosperous, or a good prospect. But again, I'm gonna take some clones and probably throw this guy in. And, so this is the one male. That's a male right there. Pretty nice looking structure though, wouldn't you say? I mean, as far as all the nice branching and shit.
heck yeah.
He looks pretty good. So that's one male. And this is the other male. What's another funny thing about these is these were like some of the shorter plants out of the Colombians that turned out to be the males. Quite the opposite of what we're always told, that the males would stretch up higher than the females to deliver that pollen. And them are the two males right there out of the Colombians that I've got. I'm not gonna upplot them into tens though. I'll probably just flower them out into threes, take some clones and flower them out into the threes. Just I won't let them go full term, just enough to see how they resin out and how well they stack as far as sacks.
Yeah.
How tight the nodes the stack, the pollen sacks are on the male.
You only need two of them. I don't know why everybody worries about that. You only need like 2 of them pollen sacs. Just ask anybody that's had a light leak. It does not take fucking much to get your whole room seeded.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking around.
I tell you what, I've got that velvet punch, that S1, we'll say, that's flowered out, man. It don't look nothing like the other one had like a purple tinge to it. This one, man, she's pretty, but she don't look like it's got nice round and nugs that didn't turn purple at all. Nice, super red hairs. I want to take some pictures of it before I take her down. But she looked pretty good, man. I've read it again. Yeah, so no problem. Second round on the S1s. You know what I mean? The sulfurs be polite. Nice. It's still an S1, right? I mean, technically, it's an S1. In a bad way. I don't know. Either way, worked out. I got Bingus' blue miles that are coming, stacking up nice. Man, that fucking board 13 that Alex Hardy sent me is just a fucking beast, man. A fucking beast. Look, I mean, let me see if I can spin you guys around enough to take a look at the fucking that thing. There we go. Watch out, mama. Right there. Let me see. I got them on my head.
Bushy.
Yeah. Maybe flip them around. It's that tall girl right there. You see it?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of the way. That thing blew right up, man. When I'm telling you, when I flipped that girl right there, she was this tall. She was this tall, Smiley, when I flipped her. Now she's fucking this wide and that fucking tall. She's 2 leads above the light, 6 inches right now. That I'll probably just fucking end up topping it, just for shits and giggles. Because why let it grow up above the light and I can top and fucking let that energy go down to the batter buds
Yeah.
underneath and let right?
I don't think she'll mind though. The way she stretches, she'll probably just like whatever.
Blew the fuck up, man. I took hold of it. And the next he asked, when he sent it, he was like, just pass it all over. Of course, I'm not gonna pass anything until I smoke it at least. You know what I mean? Here, take this. It was free. That kind of sucks. It sucks. But so far, so good, man. I'm super glad I got some cuts of that thing.
That's
That
cool.
was gonna be good for her. So
I can't imagine he's gonna send anything over that's not pretty amazing.
no, I love the note that came with it though, because it did come from outdoors, and it was like a surprise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somewhat of a surprise. I didn't know what was coming. And it goes, no warning. This did come from my outdoor garden. It could contain aphids, mites, blah blah blah. Fucking QWERTY, dumbass. Basically, I'm like, it's
Yeah.
pretty
No.
standard procedure, Alex.
Well,
But I thank you for the heads up.
yeah, dude. Some people get pissed about that shit. That's why, like, I'll hand out a clone, but I don't want to hear you fucking tell me anything bad. I ruined your room or some shit like that. Like, you fucking you deal with it. Assume it has everything on it when I handed it to you. I'm not taking responsibility for none of that shit.
Well, it's not just that, too. I mean, what happens on the way from, the time you had it, you know what I mean? The ride home, all that good shit, anything could pop on that thing fucking from A to B. Fuck, it can bug, the mites fuck ride on people's clothes. You know what I mean? Fuck, man.
Well, and everybody's ego is going to say it wasn't me, so it's like, I don't know. That's why it's like, take responsibility. It's your fucking clone. I don't care where you got it. Do what you need to do to protect your garden. That's all. Playing the blame game later don't accomplish shit. You still got a fucked up garden. And ain't nobody going to pay or compensate you for it. Those are the hard truths, though, man. People will go on and blast this or that, and it's like, but you still got a fucked up garden, and he ain't gonna compensate for that. So,
got a new name to put on the list, man. It seems like it's been a minute since I put some new names on the list. Now we got Decoy Bacon.
some of the shit though that you wouldn't know, where you're like told it's a certain cut and then it's not, and shit like that. That's fucking definitely.
Yeah, that does suck. You think you got something gold? Take these flower out. Yeah. Like I've had that happen once or twice. That's one of the reasons I stopped taking them in. Real pests and just not genuine shit. You know what I mean? I just got frustrated. I was like, man, might as well just start popping seeds, and I'm gonna have better luck of getting what I think I'm trying to get. Even at that, as I move on and have learned about breeders over the years that fucking I still kind of now question if some of the stuff that I had was really some of the stuff. You know what I mean? Was it somebody just EX or stuff? You know? Hell, I actually heard a lot of bad stuff about the Amsterdam seed banks at one point. Things being kind of sublet. Things, you know, here you produce these two for me, and just things kind of get mixed up in some breeders' rooms. You know, horror stories like that where things got lost and mixed up along the way because of subbreeding.
Yep.
Cheers, Bingus. Supreme great. Mr. Scotto. I don't think Mr. Scotto's on the list. Man, it felt weird to do the list yesterday.
Yeah.
It's been so long. Yeah. I think I did a pretty good time though. I feel like the micro car guy, remember the hot bot or the hot fucking, how do you call them? The matchbox. That's not right either. What was the name of them little fucking cars? Remember the little cars?
Matchbox cars?
Matchbox cars. I said that the second time, but it didn't seem right. Yeah, the micro
Hot Wheels?
Matchbox cars. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. That was the shit. Now I get
you don't see shit like that anymore. Do they still make fucking little cars like that?
Yeah, they do. Hell yeah, they do, man. They still make fucking G.I. Joe and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Dude, don't laugh, man. I haven't fucking had like fucking, you know, I've had all daughters. And my nephews grew up, you know, fast and shit. So even at that was years ago. They weren't into that kind of shit back then. I don't know. It's been forever since I've been at the toy aisle. Forever.
Yeah. I'm sure.
It'd be nice to have a grandkid for that.
I was just gonna say that.
All through it all again.
Yep. He's into cars too, so he'll love any car he gets, man, for any birthday or anything. He's gonna be loving it. I can't wait to see the look on his face. I can't wait to see the look on his face when he drives a race car for the first time.
Gonna make him a go-kart.
Huh? Oh, he's definitely gonna get it.
They're actually pretty cheap these days. Cool.
Oh yeah.
Go-karts.
Yeah, you can get into them. Yeah.
Suspensions on them. $1,000 for a fucking TSC tractor trailer supply in places like that. You can get some pretty cool go-karts these days. Right, man.
Yeah. No, he'll definitely get a shot at driving it. So, driving one, see if he likes it. Fingers crossed. He's into it, so throw his ass in the seat, see what he does.
Cheers to all the people that I fucking missing in chat. I'm watching the names roll by going, fuck, I haven't said no hi to any of these people yet. And I mixed up my camera again. And usually I had like I've changed things many a times. But lately, the last little bit, I had Chad and Zoom on the same monitor. You know, so I was looking at them side by side. Now they're side by side, different monitors, but straight ahead. So I'm kind of offbeat. What's up, Bingus?
How's it going, guys?
What are you doing?
Hey, Bingus.
Yeah. Smiley, Eagle,
Yeah.
Chat. Eagle, take a little break, eh?
Yeah, a little bit of a break.
You need to do
Got
that.
some things caught up.
That's good. It's always good.
It was
I caught the wormhole this morning when I was trimming, and it's good to see you back. You know. But it's good, dude. It's always good to kind of take a breath.
I tried earthing for the first time yesterday. Help relieve some of the stress. Got all hippie.
I'm going to put my headphones on. My background noise is
Hippie.
terrible. Great update on the garden, Smiley.
Thanks, man.
Almost called you Spiky Pilot. I was just seeing him in chat.
That.
Cheers, chat. I tried to say hi to everybody. Yeah, man, it's great to see you. Always.
It is good. You had a good memorial and all that?
All right, whatever. Holidays, just another day for me. Generally, it's been just doing a lot in the garden. A lot of I don't know, splitting of hairs. In other words, I work and then I get everything done normally, and then I go in there and do all the fine details that I normally would not do. You know, and then sit back, do it again. I get kind of obsessed at times. And then other times I wish, fuck this, I don't want to touch it. And it's like, God, I've had my fill till the next day, and then I'm like, oh, wow, look at that. It's like, but yeah, I love growing cannabis. Did I mention that?
Me too. Me too. Cheers.
I was trying to find
Cleaning up the tray.
I was trying to see if I could find a bald guy filter where it would make me look like the next bald guy. There wasn't.
Be careful, because then we'll come to bowling balls, because we look like a bunch of pins sitting up here. Looking for that strike. Yeah. I wish, dude, I used to have hair. I never grew it as long as I want, as my youngest boy has. I'm kind of jealous, to be honest. He's got it down to the middle of his back. I got it, I think, to my shoulders barely once. But yeah, at least half of me is still growing hair somewhere in the world, you know.
Your ears are helping you out with that.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
I think mine all migrated to the back. He was like, we're safe back here. He can't reach us.
Nobody can see us back here. Keep going forward. Yeah. I got hair. It's just fucking gone. I mean, I look just like my old man, basically. His hair turned white. I don't have gray hair. I have white hair. It's not gray. It's fucking old man to the bone, white. So I wear a white shirt just to compliment it, you know what I mean?
Looks planned that way.
Yeah.
Coordinate.
Color coordinate. Keeps it simple, right? I do. I'm getting to be like that. What was that one scientist? He had one set of clothes, but he had like a fresh set of identical clothes every day. So, I mean, it never looked like he changed, but he did. And I'm almost that way with my hoodie in Oregon. In Oregon, you never know. Could rain. You need a hoodie. At least that's my thinking, you know. Because hell, we're on the East Coast here. We got Fukushima just right across the ocean. I wonder where all this rain's coming from. You know, get your hoodie on. You know, I mean, since I've lived here my whole life, I don't really, don't even own an umbrella. Most Oregonians that have lived here their whole life don't own umbrellas. That's how you can tell the people from out of state. Oh, it's raining. Oh, shit. Just give it a second, it'll stop.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know, Oregon. I'm sure there's plenty of great places in the world to live. I just haven't seen Oregon.
You're gonna be starting to catch like three-eyed fish out of the rivers and stuff. And
I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, like they're swimming in Hawaii, right, in the ocean, and it's a lot closer than we are. So I just wonder about where the rain clouds. There's so much evidence that they're engineering the weather. Maybe they're engineering all the bad shit somewhere else. You know?
yeah, I've heard that about what is that? The one rich place, Dubai. I've heard that they like make it rain or something at certain times of the day. I don't know how true that is. I just had heard somebody mention that, like they control it, their rain.
There's a number of, they call them HARP facilities, HRRPP, I think something like that. It's some abbreviation for basically atmospheric controls, you know, where you can,
Sheet clouds, yeah.
you know, I don't know how they, you know, I'm not sure. I've watched videos about it, but I don't really know exactly how it's done. I think also the seeding of the cloud, you know, the referred to as chemtrails, that assists in creating the barrier where you can control things because of the aluminum and barium and metals that are in the air. But I don't know. That's also, I mean, holograms, one of the main metal that they fragment, I think, is barium, which is interesting, you know. So we take a closer look.
It is interesting. Like just because we know how to do something doesn't mean that we should. So you know,
Oh shit!
That stuff's kind of like.
I think that's what Adam said.
That DARPA's dangerous.
That's what Adam said to Eve, man.
Well, yeah, pretty much. I guess it's.
God bless Eve.
That DARPA is very dangerous. Have you guys seen that shit that DARPA one they have in Alaska?
Yeah.
That thing is crazy. That antenna, they can push clouds and shit with that. Moreover, it's, you know, an opportunity for wide scale kind of like mind control as well. That thing's very powerful. Japan's got one too. I think all in all, there's 4 of those like antenna setups around the world to manipulate, push, you know, weather around. They supposedly can drop planes with that thing too. You know, as far as that kind of manipulation as well.
Yeah. You don't hear about this stuff on the mainstream propaganda, so you have to dig deep to get information like this. But it's out there if you want to find it. Got to be willing to look. Or you can just tune into the standard propaganda. Go to work, do your thing.
Standard propaganda.
Standard propaganda, yeah.
That's funny. There's another dude, JP something. I don't know. He does a bunch of videos on YouTube that are fun. Like he mocks the news and stuff. It's pretty funny.
That's not too hard.
It's like satire type or I don't know if that's the right word, but where he's like imitating the news guy, but he's like saying the most ridiculous shit. It's funny.
Now here's Tom with the weather. And that's like, who is that? One of my friends. I made a little comic video, right? You sound like the weatherman. Oh yeah, that's a safe. What a safe job. Sun's coming up today. It'll go down tonight.
Yeah, it'll be like, this is the headline, and you should believe us because we told you to.
It might rain. It may not. But at 2:00, we're thinking probably it won't. And that'll be good for the fair that's coming up where you can buy all your great toys and whistles. You know, it's just fucking this continued buy, consume, go to work, I consume. Having trouble sleeping because of all the coffee that you've drank? Because you got to work so hard so that you can buy and consume. I'm just like, dude, let me roll a joint. Fuck this.
Right. Yeah, that is funny. I like the comedy. I like comedians that are taking on current issues and stuff. Like in the spirit of like Dave Chappelle, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't afraid to go pick at stuff, or like I don't know, Richard Pryor back in the day too, or whatever. Like I don't know. It's comedy, man. Like how do you get offended by a fucking comedian? Like it's comedy. Like it's supposed to be.
It happens. It happens.
Some stuff isn't funny. I guess I agree. There's some dudes that push the limits with like I don't know, and the jokes about
but
like
that's artistic comedy. That's artistic comedy. So,
yeah. There's a guy out there that does that too. It's like shock comedy where he's like telling jokes about like mutilating kids or some fucked up thing where you're just like at the end of it you're like it's not it what? Like you're like you can't even laugh. Like it's like
what actually happened to you, sir, to actually stand up here and say this shit?
Yeah, he says the most fucked up shit, but it's all like geared to like make the shock value of what the joke is. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you'll definitely remember me after this one. Maybe not in a good way, but I mean that's YouTube as well too. I mean it's I'm going to do everything negative I can because I can't get any love being positive. Obviously, I don't know how. So hey, fuck you, or just. They'll do some bizarre shit to create attention, which is, God, it's just, everything's a little work, man. I'm just saying, it is fucking, I mean, I looked at this, I said I was like, been here like 4 or 5 years, almost 6 years I think I've been doing this shit. So, and I think back, and back then I thought it was a little weird, but see, weird is also described, I think you look up the definition of weird, it's magical. Which it was. I mean, YouTube is a bit magical. I mean, where can you sit with 2 guys from Michigan and be in Oregon? It's just, that's pretty magical. All right. So, but things have changed. And the world has changed. And a lot of, rapid change, actually, when you think about it, it's only been 6 years. And I think back, and some of the stuff that we talk about up here, you wouldn't even have mentioned it 6 years ago. Of course, it probably wasn't happening either. Anyway, whatever.
But we think we control everything, and the funny, ironic part about that is like people think they have self-control, but you really can't control what you're fucking are interested in, right? Do you really make a decision at what you find interesting, or was it just interesting to you? You know what I mean? Like some talents, like some of those things you're not necessarily, I want to play basketball or whatever. I guess I could work hard at that. It's not a good example, but you know what I mean? Like certain talents you may not have. I'm not going to be the best carpenter in the world. I'll guarantee that. I'm not going to be a great carpenter. I might put up something square one day, but it ain't good. You know what I mean? But certain things are talent. I won't be able to paint a picture like, you know what I mean? Like a artist that like T-Dog or something, you know what I mean? Like he practiced.
So what you're saying is, wouldn't it be nice if we could be naturally human, right? Just be a natural human being without controls or standards of living. What the fuck does that even mean?
No, not at all. I'm just saying like there's more at play than what we really see with our eye or what we think science can test for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
But I mean, instead of having to do things that you are actually interested in doing, right? I mean,
but where do your interests come from? That's what I'm getting at. The basis of that is like, why are you interested in that to begin with? You know,
that is, see, now isn't that the uniqueness of individuality and the right to choose? Also doesn't experience.
But you don't choose what you're interested in, Bingus. It chooses you. That's the thing. Like,
yes, of course. Okay, so I totally agree, because because we're on a timeline, you come in at a certain time, right? You're going to experience unique experiences. So that's going to give you a unique perspective, and it's going to create unique interests based
Right.
on your experience, right? So if we just came in and said everything happened at once, then we wouldn't be in the third dimension, that's for sure. It would be, some other reality. But to based on your okay, dude, I actually wrote something today. I'm not going to read it, but it's kind of like this. I mean, you come into the world and you're traumatized, man, and you are indoctrinated into a system of control, and you know nothing else because we've all came through the same way, pretty much. So where is the uniqueness without that control? Now, is it out there? Yeah, it's not in your standardized, right, like places where people live. You have to go to the Amazon jungle. You have to go to places that are not part of this so-called system, and they have a whole different life and a whole different experience framework, right? And man, I'd like to go talk to those people if I could speak their language, because I think the answer to what we're talking about is there. It's not here where all right, let's spank him. All right, whoa, thanks, and oh, you're a boy. Okay, well, should we take the skin off or not? I mean, fuck you. You know what I mean? It's a little traumatic when we enter. So, I mean, imagine if you come out naturally and everybody's like, God, cool, what I mean, and everybody's loving you, and it's just, no, not, yeah, I can, give me a minute. I'll take a breath of air. Don't rush me,
Just take it.
So it'd be interesting. Maybe in my next life, I'll try that one. I don't fucking know, man. It's interesting, though, to think about. I'm a thinker. I think way too much, really.
Yeah.
And that's why I like being in the garden, actually, because it gives my mind a chance to wander. And plus, I think the plant takes over a little bit. I mean, have you ever just stood in your bud chamber or your grow, and you just stand there, and next thing you know, it's like 30 minutes has gone by, and you're just just looking at all the different little. You're just immersed.
Occasionally that happens.
All right. Well, I mean, when you're not busy and you can actually do it, it's mesmerizing.
Yeah.
So who's in charge there? It's interesting to me.
It is.
Anyway, I think I said a bad word. I'm telling Blaze Days tells on me. I said a bad word, did I? I actually, I'm going to mention this. I been working with, I grew some, and to make a little Bingus logo, which is turning out pretty cool.
Dude.
He's a very talented dude, and we've put our creative minds together. And hopefully it'll be out here in the next, I don't know, year or two. No,
Right.
it'll
No,
be
I
soon.
like his art a lot, man. A lot of the pictures he draws are cool as shit.
Yeah.
Style or whatever, he's kind of, I don't know. Like T-Dog kind of got a style too, don't he? Like it's all kind of.
Well, at Kazoo has a style. Everybody has their little. There's a guy, Robert Crumb, from back in the day, and I grew some kind of leans in that direction a little bit, and extremely popular artist. But I Gruesome has a little bit more of a colorful flair to that style, and it's interesting. I do graphic art, so like he'll send me all right, this is what I did, and I'm like, all right, and I have like the last one he did, and then I'll say, well, okay, so I'll overlay it in my art program, Photoshop, and I'll say, okay, notice and so we sit here and discuss it, which has been actually kind of fun. I don't want to. He likes the input, you know, because it stimulates his creativity. And a lot of people, he was mentioning today that a lot of people are afraid to give him the input because they don't want to, like, you know, he's an artist, he might be oversensitive or whatever, right? But he actually does appreciate that. So we came up with something that looks pretty fucking abstracty, Bingusy. So we'll see. It's coming up. It might. I mean, I shouldn't. I never should. It's actually almost done, so I guess I'm pretty safe on saying it. Today I go. He goes, "What do you think?" I go, "Touchdown." He goes, "Yeah." So it's been kind of fun. But again, that happened because of Eagle Gardens talking fucking shit, and the fact that he did some
Joe was smart here. He did this.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what his work here.
That's what I'm saying. That's what got it rolling. I commissioned him. I'm not just asking him to do it for free. I'm paying him, and I'm gonna make it worth his while. So he's digging in. And so I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. So I think that's every artist's dream, is to get a commission of some sort. So it's not like thousands of dollars, guys, but it's, you know, it's something. Bingus is a bit of a cheapskate. Let's barter. Haven't thought of that one yet. Anyway, but thanks to Eagle Gardens, buddy. I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's an impact here that it's like a glass of water. When it spills, right, it spreads out, but then it gets in the cracks and it drips down, and there's things that you can't really see on the surface that actually happen. And it's nice to look in those crannies occasionally just to see if there's mold growing. But you know, sometimes there is. Sometimes there is, you know, and you got to get the Lysol out, or whatever your sterile, whatever the right thing to do is. You have to get that out, basically. But appreciate you guys over there in Michigan.
Yeah, man.
Wherever you are.
I'll tell. We met
everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's been a pretty good joint, man. I've actually got a few different things I'm flipping around. It's been a minute since I've had a variety. Got that Tiger King that's pretty good, and I actually like the Tiger King. It's pretty. And Tights 6-shooter and Citrus Toys both finishing up kind of really good like that. I got that one 6-shooter. It's got that face on fire, and it's really tiny. I actually took
Sorry, it
photos.
sounds like you're reading one of those stories. Remember where you fill in the blank stories? You're like, I got this 6-shooter and the space on fire. It's like you're reading one of those abstract stories. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. I had flashes of Halloween, but whatever. It sounded pretty good. Face on fire. I mean, I got the Face Off OG going right now in veg. I'm just letting these plants get very healthy and very big, and then we'll see what they do. All the new stuff, I want to kind of say, show me what you got in the beginning without a lot of pruning.
No, I cut you off, Eagle.
I can just cut you off, so I guess we're even, Smiley. What was you saying? I'm sorry. I was gonna say Bingus there. Before you popped on there, I was talking about. Of course, I doubt I can 360 this fucking table to get a look at Blue Mile there, but it's looking pretty good. I need to get in there and kind of to de-leaf it a little bit. Man, it seems like she's flowering out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Under the LED. I mean, it's under an LED, so I don't know. Don't you running LEDs over there? Right?
All, yeah, 100% LED right now. I just harvested one today, actually. I'm still going through the phenos and thick colas. I was just like, yeah, Bingus Smile, same thing. I harvested one of those today. Thick colas. When you pick them up and you go, oh yeah, I love it when you go, yeah, all right, and then they're easy trims, which is another touchdown, for me anyway. Especially the blue mile is very easy to trim.
So how do you order your selection then? Do you set a priority on a fax, or do you set a priority on bud structure? Like how do you prioritize what you want to keep or what you're looking for?
I look for Christmas tree erectness, okay, where I don't need to have a scrog. However, I will create a little cage around my bucket for those that do require it, like blue diesel. It's looking like the face-off might be that way. I don't know. We'll see. But because I really don't have a ability to set up the scrog properly, because I roll my carts around and everything keeps moving. Like when I go in there, I pull a cart out and I can start everything's right in front of me. I don't have to bend down. I can turn the cart, and I have 2 plants on the cart, so I can just hit one side of both, flip the cart around, hit the other side. Makes it real easy and quick. And that's why a lot of people are like, well, your garden's clean. Yeah, but I've got it set up to where it makes it easy for me to maintain that. And I have a little like whisk broom, but I put it on a 48-inch stake, one of the, and I taped it on, so it's a little whisk broom that I can get into all the little areas real quick. Like when I trim, it's always, how when you're trimming, you get little fucking pieces that dingle down and get into all the cracks and crannies. So I have a little shop vac. I'll take care of that. So it's just as I go, I have little, just a method to clean as I go, leaf strip as I go. I go in the morning, I look at, all right, I grab 10 or 20 leaves unless I get entranced, and then I'm in there for an hour, But that's the beauty of not having any other real priorities. This is what I do. This is my enjoyment, right? I spend lately good 6 hours easy a day just fucking around and taking the seedlings and let's see, what's that? Let's tag that. Tags, what a time consumer. Fuck. Especially if you're pheno hunting. Pheno number 1. And what are you going to make your little tag thing? And I put a little tape and it's just like, fuck. Okay, you can buy all that stuff, but I'm cheap. So what do I got handy? It's like, so it's kind of a mix of MacGyver and Bingus.
I'm determined Bingus. I'm going to pick numbers like race car numbers instead of like in any numerical order or anything. They're just going to be random numbers like 97 and like.
That would really throw them off, right? Pheno,
or
2,453. Jesus, what was that pheno like? Smiley, you give me ideas.
It's like 59's pulling in there pretty strong though.
Well, it's like when you had Dark Horse on, right? He's talking Bruce Banner number 3, Bruce Banner number 6. I'm thinking, well, it must not have been a very big pheno hunt. I mean, you got lucky right away, right?
Yeah.
Because like I just did pheno, I was at 13 or 14, which still isn't that much, but it's pretty good. It's a good pheno. It's thick bud, and I think all the blue mile. It's just I have had people, and I've mentioned this before, that don't really care for the menthol aspect of it, which okay, that's cool. It's not going to be one that I'm going to continue to run, uh, quite frankly, because I've had more than one comment about that. I was like, all right. See, if I don't get 100% all the time, I was like, all right, well, it's time to switch. I personally like it. It kicks my fucking ass. All right. It really does. Um, but for the people I'm dealing with, you have to, you have to go with, it can't be sitting around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to keep things rolling. You get like a great variety. Some of your stuff, I'm just like, going, oh my God, that's awesome. And you take the time to explain each thing that you're doing, which is excellent. I try to do that. It's just everybody has their unique style. Eagle has like the idea of pulling it down like that. It's thinking, wow, that's never thought of that, right? So it's like, again, great influence. Um, because we have so many guys and girls that are doing pretty much the same stuff. And it's a huge community of people growing big time. I get a lot of questions off my channel, off my videos, just out of the fucking blue. Some guy from whoever, where, he's, hey, what about the Happy Bucket? And he'll ask a bunch of questions, right? And I just, so you know that it's just, things are spreading. And let's just pray to God that continues. And yeah.
Hope so, man. I mean, especially with some of the ways they're trying to fuck with some of the laws and be like taking rights away from medical caregivers and shit like that. It's like we need more and more people. Like, fuck it. I don't know. Everybody grow. It's like I don't know.
There's a place, I don't know, I forget which state it was, but I was listening to something today where basically they shut all the small businesses down, right? And then somebody went out and spoke and said, hey, if all the small businesses open up, I don't think there's enough room in the jails for all of you. And so they all did, or a lot of them did. And dramatically, the law got changed the next day to, well, yeah, I guess you can. Okay, yeah, okay. Right. So the whole way this works, in case people have forgotten, is we all have to stand united and tell the government, which is supposed to work for us, what it is we exactly want them to fucking do. And the fear mongering and all that shit. I mean, we're not looking at it. They're not letting us look at all the facts. So I don't know. I don't want to
get a bunch of people programmed and running around telling everybody else.
Well, I've never seen such mass indoctrination in hypnosis, really, in my life as it has been in the last year or two with when I turn on my radio. I've said this before, every 30 seconds I'm being told to keep 6 feet away and wear a mask and get your vaccine. And I heard you fucking 30 seconds ago. Right. So now it's like, I'm actually looking in, since I'm updating my car, I'm looking at a new sound system. So I don't have to fucking listen to these bastards on the radio anymore. I want to I'll just pop my own music in. And, welcome to the 21st century, Bingus. That kind of thing. Play off my little iPhone or Samsung. I got the cheapest smartphone made, which probably wasn't the smartest decision. Still working. Yeah. The GPS is extremely handy. I have a tendency to get lost a lot.
That has been kind of become a crutch, man. Like directions are totally changed. Reading a map and shit, and the directions used to be fucking Go through the stop sign, hang a left. You'll see the big red barn. We're another quarter mile down on the right. You're like, fucking, that was the directions back in the day and shit. You know where this such and such corner is, right? Yeah. All right, man. You go east from there. You're like, oh, okay.
Oh, look at that background.
Yeah. No, the days of trying to find the fucking party out in the middle of nowhere. Shit. You got them kind of directions like, no, dude, the big red barn, you didn't see it.
I must admit that has been very handy for me.
So when Google does fuck you, it fucks you good. It fucks you good. Good. I've had it happen to me a few times. Actually, when I was looking to buy this place and was traveling northward in northern Michigan, where I had no fucking idea where I was. And so in parts of Michigan, I didn't even know were that like vacant. You know what I mean? You know, where I'm at now is like, if you don't hit the gas station, you might not see another gas station 15, 20 miles. You better have quarter tank minimal, you know, rolling around, you know what I'm saying? But man, when I was up here, you know, looking in it, I'd be in areas where I was like, holy fuck, I can't believe Michigan's this desolate. And then fucking Google would fucking disappear. No signal. Buffer. Motherfucker. Now I'm making right, left. No fucking idea where the fuck I am. Double back and lost. Fucking gas gauge fucking going, holy fuck, man. Finally, you're like climbing hills and stopping for a second going, come on. Just let me look at a map for a fucking second. No, buffer. Fuck. You just keep rolling. I've had Google fuck me a few times like that, where when it finally came through, I love Google. You know what I mean? Just get me the fuck out of here. Yeah.
You're fucked when you're fucked when Google says, turn right. Wait, you're fucked.
You did hit that gas station, right? What? Yeah.
I've had that a few times where, you're like looking at nothing, like in the middle of wherever, and it's like, you have arrived. You're like, no, the fuck I haven't. There ain't shit here. Like, what are you talking about?
That's true. I've had those experiences too, especially when I was working with the hemp farm. Some of these farms are out there ways, and the address is nowhere near where your greenhouse is. So it's like, fuck. Yeah, well, you're almost there. Okay. Then Google doesn't help you at all, quite frankly. But yeah, interesting how life is nowadays. Makes it somewhat easier and more complicated at the same time, which is cool. And not so much cool. I don't know. Fuck. I think everything's pretty confusing for me right now, to be honest. When I go out there and people weird, they're losing it. I mean, I had one lady blow up in the store the other day. Evidently her mask wasn't working. The thingy came off, right? And she was freaking. What the fuck?
She was freaking out about it?
Yeah, because she couldn't make it stay. And she starts actually jumping up and down like a fucking little kid. And I'm just like, okay. What a way that lady can clear an aisle in 2 seconds. Everybody just went, it's like, so yeah, there's a lot of weirdness out there. I'm just, dude, now I never have been a let's go shopping kind of person at all. I'm like, what do you want? I usually have it on a list, and it's like, my radio's going, I turn it off, I look in the mirror like, oh fuck, I gotta put my mask on. So I do that, I make sure it's straight, and my glasses are proper so that it's not halfway covering my glasses with the mask, right? And then I go, and I just fucking go for it. And it's just, how fast can you get through? And then the check stand, and I refused to check out myself. Sir, they got somebody doing nothing, by the way, standing there going, sir, you can go here. What? You motherfucker, if you could actually stand there and say that, man, a fucking cash register. What do you, I just go, I'm
So-
sorry, that's not the option I'm looking for. Oh, okay. Yeah, go back to doing nothing. God, just drives me nuts.
So I'd like to combine two things you've spoken of tonight, and present something on top. So basically, you've spoke of perception, right? And just the weirdness of the time. You know, people do seem to be at their wits' end, stressed out, and across the board. So I was talking to a gentleman today, and I found myself in a weird predicament to where I could see so many angles of perception to what was being told to me in the story. And it was like, wow, which one necessarily plays out right here? Okay. So this is basically the story I was told. Gentleman was driving down the road, received a phone call, started to get into, he said it was like more, he said the conversation, kind of drifted to where, I needed to pay attention to the conversation. So I pulled over, right? Seems like the wise thing to do.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. As he's pulled over, talking on the phone, he's like on the side of the road, and where he's parked, there's a house not so far off where a gentleman is siding a house. No harm, no foul, right? Right? Pulled over, nothing weird about it. But I guess at some point, things got superheated between both parties. And I could see so many angles on this. Basically, he had sat there and was, basically, talking on the phone, just kind of watching the guy, not necessarily watching, but, and again, just looking off into a direction. Kind of maybe admiring his work, whatever, you know what I mean? I've done the same thing, movement catches your eye. It just draws your eye. It's the nature of the beast. You know what I mean? And so he tells me, yeah, I'm talking on the phone. And as I'm talking on the phone, I notice this gentleman is starting to get pissy. What the fuck you looking at, man? You know what I mean? And I'm like, wow. And again, you can look at that both sides, what I can see, working and somebody stop and, what the fuck is this guy looking at? You know what I mean? And fucking staring at me for fucking, it's just weird. But it got back and forth, and like the one gentleman said, hey man, I'm just trying to do the right thing here, pull over and talk on the phone. I'm sorry that, it's bugging you, but what if, I happen to be, admiring your work, you are siding the house. Maybe I'm looking for somebody to side my house. You know what I mean? And this is the way you confront somebody like that. And, I could see that point. And again, but I'm like, man, maybe it's just a homeowner and you know what I mean? Weird people happen. It's a weird time and shit, I mean, I've actually done the same thing a few times. See the same car drive up and down my road, third time. Hey, you lost? You lost, sir? Can I help you find something? But it seemed like this escalated both real quickly, and I'm like, man, how do you know? Yeah, he said also said looked like there was a lady sitting in the out front yard too. Kind of egging egging it on. Like, man, it's just
Maybe he
what
had
a
a
shitty
warrant.
situation.
Maybe he had a warrant.
I don't know.
That's just it. We
I
don't.
don't know.
We don't know.
I was like, man, that's a tough read. I could see, both angles and then a view on this of what could be right, wrong. I'm like, man, for as far as this was this is what I told him too. I said, as far as they were arguing before you got there about something. She's cheating or something. You pull up and sit there and watch it. Look, just probably him right fucking there. Egging shit on. I was like, there's probably comments going back and forth you didn't hear in between the what the fuck you looking at and this and that. I'm like, man, it's tough to really, put a right and wrong on this. I get it. It sounds like it's spun like way out of control.
Yeah.
Way out of control for something trying to just do the right thing on him. You know what I mean? It was.
You remind me of a story I'm going to tell real quick of my dad. I was probably 12, and we used to ride to the feed store every Sunday. And this is probably what, in late 60s. And there's a guy on the corner hitting his wife. All right? I mean, really laying into her. And my dad, and I'm just like, my dad gets out of the car, grabs this guy, and fucking decks him. I mean, just one punch, bam, guy's down. My dad turns around, and the woman had a purse that was the size of a fucking suitcase. She did like a discus fucking turn and just wham, hit my dad in the face with the purse, right? And my dad's nose starts bleeding and shit. And he's standing there, and he gets back in the car. He takes his handkerchief out and he's wiping himself off. And he goes, let that be a lesson to you. He goes, never hit a woman and never get involved in other people's businesses. I'll never fucking forget that. Of course, that was back then when there seemed to be a lot more of that kind of shit going on where hitting people was semi-okay, whether it be a man or a woman. I mean, you'd see it happen. But nowadays, I think it's just fucking paranoid. Who knows? The guy might have a warrant. I mean, most people I know have been to prison. I hate to say that. I mean, or they've been arrested, I should say. I should say to the prison. That's kind of a much larger step. But you get arrested. DUI, possession, fucking one guy jaywalking. You get hit with a ticket for jaywalking, you got to go to fucking school. Are you kidding? What, to learn how to fucking cross the road? Really? What am I, Chicken Little? I mean, it's like craziness. So it's all, revenuers collecting their dude. One thing I've noticed, okay, since this, let's talk on the bright side. Since things have gone completely fucking gonzo berserk, there's not a lot of cops out giving tickets, which I'm just like going 60 miles an hour in a 30 today, going, I've been doing this almost every day, for the last few months, and I haven't seen one cop. So I don't know, maybe they're not. I mean, since people are pissed off, the police are not out there doing their revenuing effort as much as possible as they used to be. It's kind of hard. Things look to me to be going a little bit backwards. Like, okay, here's one. NBA games. Where's the fucking crowd? My son was watching Blazers today. Right? I'm going, well, because I don't watch TV, period. And I go, where's people? Oh, it's the COVID thing. I'm like, oh, fuck. I go, how the hell are they paying these guys the literally probably billions of dollars that they're putting out for a team, right? Where's the money? Where's the revenue coming from? I mean, nobody's showing up. So how that doesn't make sense. You see, there's something, wait a minute. Or make sure you stay 6 feet away, but the lines are 2 feet apart. Like, hello? You know, it's like, this doesn't really make sense to me. So, dude, I don't know. I'm a bit confused. I think that's what's driving me to grow more cannabis. Just saying.
Isn't a confusing story usually the telltale of a lie? Like when the story don't make sense and stuff. And that, I'm just saying in general, that's usually kind of telltale-ish of a lie, right?
Jeez, may the truth be told. Let us all get shocked that the mainstream the narrative is not exactly what we're being told. Wow.
Especially
Good tell the lie if it's told like in the future, isn't it? Like we could have, like you see, you know what I mean? It's not told like they did. You know what I mean? Well, we would have did this, but you know, well, you did it already, so why didn't? There's no you would have to the story. So there's some. Yeah.
That's what I mean. All the wording's misleading. It's like telltale-ish of a lie, and then like to question certain things are untouchable to be questioned. You know what I mean? It's like that's another telltale of lies too. I think. So, I don't know.
Yeah, Hawaii Sustainable's agreeing in the chat room. Hawaii is one of my favorite places in the world, and I think it's one of the most locked down places in America. I mean, because it's an highland, unfortunately. It's too bad, really. But I don't know. I don't think. See, once they do these types of things, this is what bothers me the most. Is we hope and we pray and whatever that things are going to go back. Guess what? It's never going back. Okay. Once they make these mass changes, it's the norm. All right. So get used to it. I mean, people that are thinking that things are going to change back, things don't. I mean, look at history. It doesn't quite happen that way. I mean, I'm just going by the fact that I've been here a couple of years. You know, things don't generally go back.
Yeah, we didn't go backwards on the airline security. I mean, obviously, but
yeah, see,
you know what I'm saying? Like some of that stuff, I guess it did kind of fall back. They don't take it as quite as
there's a whole
like it originally was. But still.
Well, there's a whole documentary on the TSA and how insecure the airports are because of the TSA. That it's all bullshit, really. You ever listen to a guy by the name of Max Egan? He's from Australia. The guy really lays it out there solid. And that's what he always says. It's all bullshit, folks. So, for the most part, I think it is. Dang it. I was hopeful. Nope, it's all bullshit. Yeah.
Grab me some water real quick myself, boys. Man, I've been drinking. I switched over from coffee. I've been drinking matcha tea. Matcha tea with grapefruit.
Better for you. I just need that wake up. About a half a cup of fresh ground does it for me. However, there is a strong, I forget the name of the tea. It does about the same thing. It's much better for you. Here comes
delicious. John. It just gives me terrible cotton mouth, like second cup in.
Johnny Canna, what's up, brother?
What's up? How's it going, guys?
Good. I mentioned. I think I mentioned. I went live the other day just to say hi to everybody, and I took a clone from my bud chamber of a bud on a stick, rooted within 3 days. I'm just like, really? Why have I ever tried to root veg anything? Which I've tried to do that several times, and it's failed. I've lost a couple plants. And I don't know if it's extra hormones because it's in bud. I know it's going to grow like a gorilla plant for probably 6 months, but you saved the strain. You saved that, you know. So good job, John. Thanks.
So wait a minute. What are you saying? You did the Sandtech?
I did I took a clone out of bud.
Okay.
And it rooted in 3 days.
No kidding.
Very
That's
quick.
monster cloning.
It's very effective.
And it'll be very, very vigorous when it starts to grow. You will have to trim it back.
It's going to.
It
Yeah,
will
I've
be
seen
a
it.
monster.
Well, they re-veg, so it's craziness. You're right. But you save the strain.
Mystic
and-
Marks.
Really? Well, thanks, Mark.
Mystic Marks.
Right on. I've never,
That's
again,
the guy that told me about that stuff. Yeah.
that's how, again, I learned that. That's a new thing. Something I didn't think you could do. So, yeah.
Eagle.
What's
Blessings,
going
brother.
on?
Good to see you.
Pretty nice. Nice to see
Really good
you.
to see you. I hope you are refreshed.
Somewhat. Man,
Feeling like a new man.
this shit's fucking delicious.
What the heck are
By
you
the way,
drinking now?
man. I'm not drinking. I could drink this shit damn near Super Trooper style. It's maple syrup that's like locally made up here.
Oh, wow.
Coffee infused maple syrup. Or in this one here is like cinnamon, which I'm not a fan of cinnamon. That shit like in that super market Christmas. That shit gives me terrible headaches. That type of cinnamon, but man, that cinnamon in there is fucking delicious. So, I seen it in the cupboard when I went to go get something to drink. I'm like, man, I meant to show you guys this the other day, but this shit is. They had so many good flavors up there. I've had some vanilla bean, but I don't know what this guy makes this shit out of. But I'm telling you, it's everything it can do, not just fucking drink this shit.
What's
Like
the name
Super
of it?
Trooper.
What's the name?
It's right here, Smith's Pure Maple Syrup.
Okay.
Made in West Branch, Michigan.
And that's a drink?
No, it's
syrup.
just syrup. I mean, yeah, it's just syrup. That's just fucking delicious. They put a little bit of, cannabis in there. They would really, really, really have some.
You got yourself a ticket right there, Eagle.
Nice idea.
Yeah.
Let it.
Bingus is writing that down right now. See that?
I'm taking a bug rip on that one. No, that's there's like some candy. What was it? I thought it might be Smith's peaches. I bought online, extremely expensive, just as a treat. Oh my God, they were so good. I mean, you don't get the standard. I mean, the Del Montes. I mean, definitely didn't measure up. All right. So then you start thinking, well, the home canning idea, right, might be a good play on things. Get back to some of the old style stuff. We're supposed to have food shortages, I'm hearing. Inflation, by the way, my friends, it's
here.
It's a real thing.
No. No, it's not.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. Forgive me.
Yeah, I just went to the store the other day and spent $60, what normally would have cost me about $25 to $30.
Well, I keep going for the small.
No, Johnny, that's not really inflation. It's not the way that works.
What,
It's more appreciation, right?
Yeah,
We
right?
appreciate it more.
well, you notice they have the small little baskets now, right, to make you think that you're getting more for your money.
Yeah, I noticed that
What's up,
too.
Green?
shrunk the baskets, unlike the ones over at Costco. They're a lot smaller.
Makes you look like it. Well, you can't afford to fill a big one now. I mean, that's $200-$300. Seriously.
Yeah.
I watched, dude.
Like,
You get in line behind a family, unfortunately, that has a full basket, and you got one of those little ones. You know, it's like you sit there and the lady's going, "That'll be $563 in your firstborn, please." You know, it's like, fuck, really. And then I got one bag, and it's like, that'll be $56. It's one fucking bag. What? You know, so it's it's.
I got 3. I was doing pretty good, I guess. Yeah.
I'm exaggerating as I always do, of course, but it's definitely out of control. How's it going across the pond? Is what I want to know. Green 13.
Sunny, brother, sunny.
We've had great weather here too.
Have you guys?
Yeah, we have.
What's it like in Michigan? Have you guys got the sun at the moment? I know it's nighttime, but have you guys got good weather?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was 90 something today, 92. I was like, yeah, I actually got a little color.
Yep.
A little bit of color on this white.
Yeah, it felt like it was up in the hundreds out here today.
Yeah, you're
yeah.
In the desert, eh? See, you're about the same parallel as I am, I think, with green in the Northwest.
I think so, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice when we get weather like this, eh?
Yeah, I love it. Listening to you 4 old guys talking about syrup. Is that a drink? No, it's syrup, dude. Can you drink it? No, it's just syrup. Oh, okay. So is that a drink? No.
It looks like a freaking drink. It's very liquidy.
The problem is he was like, I'm gonna get a drink, and he came back with syrup and confused you all.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if it wouldn't be like just a sickening thing to do and like put myself into probably a diabetic just coma, I would probably drink that shit, that cinnamon shit. It's that good. It does.
I don't know if I've ever had maple syrup.
No.
I don't know. I can't recall it.
The Amish makes them awesome. That's who it is up here that makes them awesome syrup and jelly as well.
That's what it was.
The Amish, you say?
Yeah.
Is that what you got in Michigan?
Those are the peaches I got. Those are the peaches I got. They sell them on Amazon by the Amish. I forget the name of it, but it was awesome. That very unique cinnamony taste. I want to buy some more of those. Another note I'm writing down, John. I just live for the Eagle Channel. I'm getting all kinds of stuff to do.
Oh, I'm playing, you know.
Red Pill says he's got the peach ring strain he wants to grow. Sounds like, dude, that sounds awesome. Actually.
What the fuck is Red Pill anyway, man?
He's in the chat room getting ready to come on, I think.
I know. Ooh, Johnny. You got a pile of seeds.
Yes, I do. This here is before DOA passed. He sent me 2 beans. One was a male and one was a female. So I put them together.
Oh. And
that's fucking cool, dude.
Look what happened.
So the female was a canal breath and the male was truffle trees. And I don't even know who makes these, because it had no information on it at all. I'll have to look it up, and do some research. But yeah, so I got me some beans.
So you're gonna run a few of those to see what they look like, eh?
Oh heck yeah! Well, I didn't want to. I've got 3 more clones of the canal breath, which is a female. So I still have her coming through, but I don't even know what she's really going to produce because I just want the seeds the first time, you know, and ended up just putting all of it into my butter machine.
That's awesome, though, Johnny, that you put that together and pulled seeds out of it, man. That's wicked.
Yeah. So, yeah, I can't wait to run some of these to see what happens.
Find a couple good females in there.
I can kind of tell you what's going to happen if you don't know.
What? A
It's
plant's
going to grow
come
some
out?
weed, isn't it? Yeah, and some weed's going to grow in it.
There you go with your logic again, damn it. Don't come at me with that logic shit.
I've seen it before.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah, that's
Exciting.
sweet.
So, Eagle,
where
how?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, how is the plants going along? Are they just sprouting up like crazy, or what? Are they like 3 feet now, or?
Well, I was showing off the nails earlier, and that's they were just watered down today, but the 6.
Oh, they look good. Yeah.
Ladies in 10 gallons. So
Oh, they're already in 10s.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man, that's nice.
Yeah. They're looking good. I'm gonna probably be taking clones of some of the taller ones. There's a taller one there, a taller one there. Probably this one's actually pretty tall too. She's just bent over. That's one of the ones I actually hung the bag from. Right there. Hooked her
Oh, okay,
over.
you already stressed her a little. Nice.
Yeah. Remember when she was over there in the 1 gallons, I showed her. Yeah, I asked to see him that one night. I had the bag hanging from him. Remember that? That's that one. And I actually thought that one was a male. But it turned out to be a female. And that one over there was the other one. The other tall girl there turned out to be a female too. And I bagged her as well.
Wow.
Early on. You let the other ones catch up. But very vigorous with those two. So they're going to probably go ahead of the others. So I'll end up taking some clones of them and moving them forward and start taking pictures. And,
How about males? You get a couple of males too, or what?
2 out of 8.
Nice. I mean, not really,
Nice.
not necessarily, but nice for normal stats. Non-breeding situation.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You get 2 males out of it. You get 6 females. That's fantastic. That's great odds right there.
Yeah. So I got. You think about that. Now I got a pheno hunt out of that. The 6 there. Cuts up each. It's a little bottleneck in there. It's got to go down here pretty quick.
Are any of them showing any kind of a special kind of shit?
Oh, they all look pretty good. The males look pretty impressive. They do. I do get that pine scent off of a few of them, but they all look pretty decent. All very similar. The ones that are short, stout, they are all pretty similar. But the 2, I got the 2 ones that are really stretchy. So there's the 2 distinct females there. So
Are there any fat leads? Are there any fat leads in there, or are they all narrow?
Yeah, all about the same there. Right about medium. Nothing too fat, nothing too skinny.
That's cool.
I do find that can change in small plants to big plants, though. That one there can be a bit mysterious sometimes.
A little bit of high phosphorus can push that one direction or the other. Excessive fat roots.
Cheers, Red.
What's up, brother?
What's going on?
You doing, Red?
Pretty good. I'm about to go snack on some munchies right now
Oh,
because
good.
that's what time it is over here.
What do you got?
What we getting?
Yeah, no
Yeah.
shit.
What are we eating?
Eat,
Come on.
We're eating pizza.
Uh-oh.
It's breakfast, man. I don't want pizza.
I had pizza for breakfast.
Green, you look like you're slimming up a little, buddy. You losing a little weight. Did you lose some weight?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
I had a haircut, buddy. That's what it is.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the beard.
okay. Yeah, that's all right.
My daughter's away, and she called me and she was like, "Jesus, your beard's grown so much." I said, "Baby, I just cut my hair." So obviously I've got a bit of a peanut head going on or something.
No, that goes.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So Smiley, how many males did you get out of yours?
I have no idea.
Oh, they haven't showed yet? Mine are, yeah. All my beans, man, they wait till like at least 2 months to show me anything.
Yeah, mine are really slow on the seeds, or my system is, I guess.
Man, I appreciate everything.
It's probably
that you guys
just
do.
very kind. It's just probably a very kind system. So it's not like I'm a girl, I'm a girl, I'm a boy, shooting pistols or anything. It's just like, oh, this is nice. VPD is just
clone. I take a clone and then sex them that way. I'm not as skilled as Eagle at I spy on them.
They can
That was one of the, funny enough, that was one of the first conversations we had. Remember that? It, it was sex and seeds.
So Eagle,
first conversation we had.
Eagle.
That you had live or that you had at all? One of your first ever conversations. One of your first ever conversations.
Yeah, that was the first ever conversation. Yeah.
So I've noticed, especially recently, when the female calyx is there, where it's going to come out has a different opening compared to where the male flower will come out. So it's
a different mound. It's not like an opening, though, is it? It's like a
exactly. It's more of a.
One's more like a tulip shape, and the other one's more like a spade, and it'll be slightly raised.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but it's not 100%. I mean, it's on those that are big. I noticed that also is a good sign of vigor. Is when it's saying, "Hey, I'm ready to go." It's like, oh, okay. So that it has those expressions. I have a landrace I'm doing right now that I'm looking through. I'm like, oh, you're a female, thank you. So I'm like separating them out, which really is helpful. You have vigorous strains that'll do that for you. But then you got to kind of watch them too. You might get a little too vigorous and decide they want to be males too.
I usually start talking shit to stocky plants. I'm usually like, fuck you, you're a guy. You shouldn't even fucking be in here, dude, with your fucking tallness. And then they'll end up being a vigorous girl,
And all the other plants are in the background cackling and laughing.
Yeah, you look too fucking good, pal. Come on.
That's what happened with the Columbium there, Green 13. These two girls right here were the tall ones. With it, before being able to sex them, I called them out as males. Pretty much the same thing. Hung a bag from them. You know what I mean? They were like hung upside down. If you remember seeing,
I'm a girl.
Fuck that dude.
Do this to me.
Turned out to be a female.
Okay. Stop torturing me.
Nice.
I love that.
I can say though, looking back, she loved it. I mean, getting right back. She popped right back.
Want a pizza dash?
And plants are very vigorous.
No,
They put a bit of a beating.
I like it. I like it. Yes.
It's my buddy.
He's better looking than you, actually, brother.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
That ain't a lie.
313's being a rude boy tonight.
I'm not meaning to be. I was trying to give the dog a compliment more than anything else.
That British humor. Guys.
I love it.
I'm
That's
gonna hand the baton off to you gentlemen. Since we've got a nice full panel, I'm gonna go to bed now. And thanks again for having me. And
much love, Bingus.
I want to again thank the chat room for being here. You guys are all bloody awesome. I'm saying that just because Green 13 is here. And good night to all you gentlemen.
You get a bit British when I arrive. You tighten your language up a bit.
Just out of respect, eh? So,
for the Queen.
You guys have a great night. Cheers.
Cheers, Bingus.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome.
What's
So-
up?
It's just one of those catchy accents, Green 13. I think I do it, but I'm like, it's in my head. It's just not actually hitting my lips.
Loki Grow does it a lot, doesn't he? Loki, I haven't heard him on. He hasn't been on a show for ages, but he'll occasionally burst into a British accent. Yeah, he does quite a few accents actually, but
Sitting though, he can sell it. He can sell it.
So today I went into Walmart to get some food, and I went into the self-serve section, the place that Bingus never goes to, right? And
yeah, he
all of
obviously
the-
doesn't, right?
Right. All the screens are lifted up, so the innards are open, so you can't walk up to them and use them. They're out of service, except for 5 of them. And each one of those 5 said credit card only, no cash. So I said, well, what the fuck, man? I said, I got cash. I can't use cash anymore. And they said, we're out of change. And I said, really? And they said, you got to go to the cash register. So now they're keeping all the change in the cash registers and not in the small sections. So you can't get change in those small sections anymore.
Wow.
Weird, right? And so it begins. Money
It's begun.
shortages.
I refuse to use that self checkout thing myself. I haven't done it, and I've never done it. I refuse to do it.
I
I've
refuse to
actually
use
walked
them
out of
too.
Stores. I've walked out of Walmart. At certain times they shut down, like on Sundays. You go in like after 12. Even though it's like 24-hour Walmart. I've had this. I have usually one few towns down. You go in there and it's there like, nope, self checkout. I've left cart fulls of shit right there. Oh yeah, fuck this, fuck that. I ain't fucking ringing all this shit up later. Left it. I refuse to use them. For real, I will go out my shit and come back the next day. When somebody's
He goes like, fuck this, I'm going to Piggly Wiggly.
And the only reason I went into the self-check was because there was 10 people in each line. And they each had that basket. And I said, what the fuck? Yeah. So I ended up leaving my basket there after a minute. I just got fed up with it. You know, I was standing in the line and I'm just going, man, it's going to take me forever just to even get out of here. So doesn't look like I'll be shopping at Walmart anymore.
Self-check's good for me. I don't want to talk to anyone.
I just don't want nobody to lose a job, you know?
I'm especially adamant about it. People, I will, and I've had them coach me over there, and I'll be like, I'm telling you, this is how standoffish I can be on the subject right there. They'll be like, well, I can take you over here at self-checkout. I'm like, are you going to ring this shit up? And I had them like ring it up. You know what I mean? Like, deep, deep, deep. They're like, no. Here's my money. You fucking put it in the machine. That's seriously. Open up and tell her. You know what I mean? And why they're trying to coach me on and fucking using that thing. And I'm like, this is a home improvement store, and that fucking thing right there doesn't have a home. You understand what's wrong with this? You know what I mean? How's there? You have a house. That's why I'm making you do this. I'm trying to support, show Home Depot there's a need for human to human contact. That I'm not, you know what I mean? I want to work on your house. This thing, I'll never, my money doesn't go to support this machine. They don't give me a discount for using that machine. It isn't, part of the chain, especially in a home improvement center. It seems very redundant for me.
Do you guys in Michigan? Do you guys in Michigan have Menards?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
I love Menards.
Yeah. I kind of like Menards. Menards is kind of cool because what's that, Smiley?
I said most guys do love their nards.
Thank you.
Well, it's one of them stores you can actually order a whole fucking house package from them, and furniture and food, almost in the same truckload.
Smiley.
I caught it. But it's true though. The only thing I don't like about Menards
You want pizza?
is fucking.
I really want pizza.
The way they lay out the stores it's like really fucked up though, because you have to go like from here to there, back to here, for a project to where you go to a home improvement.
That's how they get you to impulse buy.
Pretty much.
You're probably right there.
Oh, I need one of those on the way by.
Right? To get Eagle, all they got to do is put the clearance sign out. It's like, oh, we got a minute. We'll check this out.
How many damn clearance racks does this store have?
I hate those trucks in the middle of the aisle, man. I hate that shit. It's like
every end cap clearance.
Damn it. I gotta stop. Look at this. Yeah,
it's true though.
It's funny though. You look at the clearance and you see the item there, and you go back to the location where it's actually at. It's the same price.
Wow, be.
They're just trying to clear it out.
You should. One of the best things I've gotten lately is fucking a converter for my old 18-volt tools. I think I said this the other night. That's how cheap I am. I've got a lot of old, like, really good tools. You fucking, like, bring them back to life. I was like, hell yeah, I don't have to buy none of this new shit. I can use this shit for a lot longer.
Did it upgrade the power too?
Yeah.
Nice.
Basically, it's an 18-volt, kind of cartridge or but carcass that you could shove in there, and then your 20 volts sliding in and out the new lithium batteries. When that same nail gun on that one battery that I'd probably use like 3, process. I just that one battery. So I really like it. Love it. Some tools though, I think I weren't necessarily designed for that shit. Like the older like skill saws and saws. Them things were always terrible for batteries as it was. You know what I mean? It seemed to be very brutal on all batteries. I don't know what they do. I'm afraid to find out. They're too expensive, to be honest.
Well, I had a rigid pack there for a minute, and it was the 18 volts. They lasted for about a year and a half, and then one of the batteries just died. Boom. Just fucking flat out just stopped working. So I've had Milwaukee's, never had an issue with it.
Ooh, love Milwaukee.
Yeah. The Milwaukee's, I don't know what it is about those, but they just have a really good life on them. What you doing there, Red Pill?
Sorry, I was putting that leftover pizza in the oven.
Man, it sounded good.
Okay, Dashy, time to go to bed. Time to lay down, buddy. I'm sorry I disturbed you.
I got up from a chair earlier today, and our littlest dog jumps up in my seat, like move your feet, lose your seat, fucker, you know, like boom. So I'm coming back over there. Like usually little dogs, when you start to sit down, they kind of realize that you're bigger than them, and you squish them and they move. He wasn't moving, so I go to like pick him up, and he fucking bites at me. He's like, "No, it's my shit."
All right, go on, buddy.
You got to get him off those news programs, man. He's getting a little woke.
Yeah. Started laughing. I'm like, "You're so cute, man. It's like crap you do."
There you go, boy.
That's too funny, man. I've never known a dog not to move out the way. I mean, that's
Good night, man. All right.
I've had dogs do it. I think it's that trust. You got that. They have that much trust in you. Like he ain't gonna sit on me. They're like, oh fuck, that was close. You almost fucking sat on me and shit.
I should sit on it, maybe you'll realize. I don't know.
That's why it's good to have a dog with a head that's 21 inches in circumference.
yeah, that'd be. Yeah, you don't sit on that.
No,
Notice that's not there.
might not get your seat back from him either.
Lockjaw. Most definitely. So Green 13, how's your dog? You're mute.
Amazing. So much better. So much better. Now she's out of season. She just calmed down like it came off a cliff and like started doing stuff on her own. Like everything just got much nicer. And like she's a companion now. My wife's away and my wife and my daughter are away, and it's really pleasant to have her around. I mean, she's outside still looking at the same shadow she was looking at the beginning of the show, so she hasn't got any smarter, but it is a much more rewarding experience this week.
So you've been able to step it up as far as the speed goes. You can put her on full blast now.
With
Let her
what?
run.
Oh, yeah, you're supposed to do this 5 minutes for every month they're alive, but now I guess I'm just walking when I want to walk, like distance-wise. So, yeah, there's nothing I enjoy more to see a dog that size off the lead and running. And like now she's stopped being very interested in other humans. So it's not this whole thing where you're worried this huge dog's going to jump up, because she's not bothered really on a walk. And we've also found some walks where she's more likely to run into deer than humans. So, you know, we've got some good spots. Did I tell you she went out and chased deer and got a kick in the head and shit?
Oh,
Yeah, it was amazing. It was like, it's not what you want really, but it was amazing still. It's like, damn, that thing can go.
so
And I'm sure she's
the,
like, fucking hell, look how fast I can run. This is amazing. Because like
Did you have the
yesterday, she
birds?
wouldn't have been able to, you know?
Did you have the birds and the deers talk with her?
That was before she was in season. No, it was this crazy scenario.
Watch
We
out for that hoop.
came up to the corner of this field, and there's hedgerow on both sides, and out come boop, 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 3 full-size deer. So she's like, yeah, it's on. So she starts chasing them, and like 8 or 10 more come out behind her. Just turns into this several fields hack. Lost the dog for like 35 minutes. In the end, she was back at the car where we started. With a big kick in the head.
It's like, dude, look what I got.
Wonder if she'll chase him the next time.
She chased them the next time. Yeah. And then funnily enough, came right back. My daughter started crying. And I was like, what? Out of interest, why are you crying? You're not at all in trouble. And she was like, I don't want the dog to get hurt. And it was like, okay, cool. I'm scared, kind of thing. And I was like, it's totally cool. And then like the dog was only gone like 4 minutes or something, came back across the field to us. So she's obviously like, I know how this plays out now, and now it's good enough. We'll see, maybe.
So they get past this tree and then they jump me.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as the humans are outside.
That's too funny.
But you don't want that to happen, but it's not. I don't hate that shit's happening, you know. Like, I want her to see things and experience things, you know.
Taste of blood on it.
I just don't want to run it on its lead the whole life. Yeah, it's fun shit. I don't get out a lot, mate.
How often does a dog get to see stars? Anyways, you know.
I've seen my dog knock himself out.
Dog is fucking hard. I know that. It must be the hunting dog thing or whatever. The dog is hard. Like, if we have a little ruckus and she doesn't know when it's over, like, she's happy to keep coming. Yeah. And with other big dogs too.
Lots of energy.
So what's everybody smoking? Cigarettes, innit? Fucking cigarettes, Smiley.
Sometimes.
I got distillate still.
Have you? Nice.
So you remember that bud that I took off of my plant a little while back?
Oh, it's green. Still green.
She's a growing.
Is it?
That's wicked.
Oh yeah, she's got all fresh new growth on the outside, all the way around it.
Monster cutting.
Excuse me.
And I put her in here. Oh, I forgot to mark down the veg, but I cut her off on 420 basically. So she's a full growing rooted plant at this moment.
How did you root it? In sand or in a cube?
In sand. And it took
Oh, is this the one that was really quick, 3 days?
No, this one here, it took a little longer than normal because it was a bud. So it took a good, I think it was 10 to 12 days, I think, something like that. And it was fully rooted. So
It's still very good, though.
And I've taken a lot of the older type leaves that were there before, the sugar leaves. They kind of crust off, you know, as the new growth comes in. So it turned out really good. Can't wait for her to grow up.
That's a cool project, man.
Yep.
Gonna start spewing out a load of fucking clones soon.
Yeah, once she starts growing out, man, she's going to be a monster. She'll have so many. I mean, it'll just be a mess.
Yeah. You'll just make a load of singles, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I'll be able to get clone galore off of that baby, you know?
Mm.
Completely. Yes. It'll be an exciting little thing. I'm still running kind of behind in my department here, even though after I did my switch over from flour, took a few down. I overdid it last time when I did my. I got too many plants going in my area here that haven't shown their sex yet, so it's kind of slowing me down. I know what you're talking about, Smiley. It's just not showing. You know, come on, girls.
I was just ready to give a jab on that one, but I'm like, nah, I'll leave that.
It's just not showing, man. I've got some plants in here that I put in that I started on 3-1, and they're still in veg, and they're just barely getting to a little over 12 inches. They're very, very slow growing.
Everything just overflow outdoors right now. Anything that I've got a question mark that can go outdoors, it doesn't need to take space up inside.
And there are plants that are very slow, right?
Oh yeah.
As far as in the veg stage.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that's all it is. It's just they're just slow, and it's just not me.
Oh,
But
could it be they need a little touch of food or
Crystals?
well, crystals. Oh, crystals. Is Tal here?
I ain't seen that guy ages.
See, this is one of them right here, and there's the other one.
is it from seed or clone?
They're all from seed, and there's another one back there down at the bottom, and it's for whatever reason it started having issues with the some of the leaves. So I trimmed some of them back, and it's starting to come back in. But yeah, my veg area, I just got too many little guys.
It's a jungle, brother.
Too many little guys not showing what they're supposed to be doing, you know. So, but yeah, I cleared out my shit in here and got it all reorganized and reset it. I bleached everything, wiped all the poles down, the lights, the fans. Yeah, I had to sleep for 2 days.
What are you gonna do with all this,
I had
Johnny?
to sleep for 2 days. Turn them into nitrogen.
Not to sound like yeah, like how many can you maximize in flour? How many can you run?
How many can I maximize in flour? Well, I'm reducing that amount.
Are you? Well, what is your
Yeah.
ideal number for total number in flour? I'm just
Total number in flour, I would say more or less like 4 to 6 in that tent.
so you would.
But right now I'm searching.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm putting them in small, and I'm budding them up so I can see what they do.
Right.
What were you gonna say,
You know?
Smiley?
No, I was just gonna say, like, your maximum total that you can get into flour is gonna be your bottleneck, so you can try to gauge what your veg needs, the stages of your veg based off that being the bottleneck. That's all I was getting at.
Well, Smiley,
Whether you're doing it perpetual or you're putting them all in at once, it doesn't matter. That's still the same amount that you'll be able to have in flour all at once.
okay, capital R, rookie. I'm just learning this. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing yet.
That wasn't the R word. I
It's
thought you were gonna use.
It's not just that though. Do you know people who get drunk and buy stuff on eBay late at night?
Oh, Lord, that's
it's the
it.
same.
That's it.
It's the same as that, right? It's
Yes,
like
that's
I just
it.
want to
That's
have a
it.
little look. I just want to plant some seeds. It's
Uh-oh.
full moon. Let me just, I'll find a use for it.
Well, the thing is my cloning got out of control because I'm not losing any.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You need
You're
a
having too much
compost
fun with
heap.
the stand technique.
Yeah.
A compost heap and being honest with yourself is what you need.
No,
Well, I have a raised bed outside that does need nitrogen. So I can introduce some nitrogen leaf product and And matter of fact, the root, the whole plant, I could just throw it out in there and just bury it. You know, it'll be okay.
No, I'm not trying to cut down on it at all. I'm just saying.
Oh no.
That's
I'm
a good
just
way to gauge where you're at, though. If you got, 4 times the number of what you can maximize in flower, you're probably at your limit of what you want in veg. You know what I mean? If you're 15 times that, you probably got way too many. You know what I mean?
You maybe got a problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an addiction at this stage.
I got an addiction. It's a fact, man. I can't deny that. Once things started really flowing and really working, I was just like, holy shit, now I got to figure out how to pick and choose. That's a whole nother thing to learn, you know? I mean,
Well, you got to learn to let go.
Man, that's hard.
It really is hard. When I said a minute ago, overflow is outside, the reality is they should be on the fucking compost heap already. They don't need to be out there growing. I don't need to be watering them. They've already been rejected. But my wife said, what you can do with them then? Just leave them around for a bit. Like, she already know me, you know. Yeah, probably. It makes me feel good to have them around. They're alive.
It's something I created, man. I don't want to kill it, you know? Shoot.
They suddenly look really good now I've rejected them. You know, all that shit.
I wonder if it's like a trauma, though, from like I feel like we've all probably cut one down that you didn't mean to, that you were trying to keep, or lost one like that. So it's like I do the same thing. If I'm gonna cut it down, I'm like, well, I'll set it over here, and then I'll finally decide maybe tomorrow. I'll look at it again tomorrow just to make sure.
Hey, Green 13, I just want to thank you for, doing that for me. That was so.
What's that?
Understanding.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, because, I'm just,
if they're in tree form, it's better than seed form, right? Because I can make a decision in tree form.
Right. But I haven't had enough of my ladies showing what the hell's going on here, or dudes, so that I can make a reduction.
That's how you appease the nitrogen gods. You got to sacrifice your babies.
I'm going to leave that one alone. No sacrificing the babies in my town.
Your vegetable looked a different color this week, Smiley. Did you give them some amino?
I haven't been. I've been trying to slow them down, dude. They're all way too big as it is. So, yeah, that's what I did tonight, actually. Just leaf stripping the shit out of them. I literally plucked them right down to nothing. But I'm trying to fucking slow them down. So that was kind of the goal of it. You know what I mean? It was to get them to chill out for a few days. Like,
dude, in the last 4 weeks, like, I don't know what happened. You got ahead of yourself like 4 weeks ago, and like everything is just monstrous now. When you put that in flower, you are all of the next whatever few runs or rows is going to be full.
I was looking at you. I'm like, fuck, man, I don't know what to do with these things. Luckily, though, the row that's going to have the longest will actually be in the row that has the highest ceiling height. So
right,
that part of it kind of worked out ironically well. So
it surprises me that you've never suggested or talked about just doing the hedge cutter thing and just like, let me just shorten all of this down at one level.
It crossed my mind. I don't agree with that, but the problem.
I understand.
Here's the problem with it, though. Green 13 is this is my opinion of the problem with it. When you cut them like that, you still have your main stem, and that main stem's still going to grow. So now what you have is something that's unmovable and unbendable. That's at the top of your fucking canopy. You know what I mean? So like, you can't weave that. It's going to be there. Whatever's growing off from it isn't, you're not really going to be able to weave through a canopy, or, you know what I mean? Or a trellis either. It's like, you almost made your problem worse is what I'm getting at. It's like, I don't know if that's,
yes,
but you almost
down the line. Yeah. because it does be, and even when you shorten it, just because it's short, it's harder as well. Like, so I do get you, but I guess what you do is you cut it and flip it, don't you? Rather than cutting it and letting it veg again some more. But I never done it. It's just I get what you're saying about the woodiness.
Yeah.
But you'll probably put them in and flip them straight away anyway, right? Because they're so full. So
Yeah, they'll be getting flipped soon. Hopefully this week.
all it is more leaf stripping in your life for the next little while.
Yeah, I probably will go.
I find out you can bend them stemmy, them hard woody stems. So I've done it. I do it at UCP. I've actually shredded them to where them things look like fucking toothpicks. You think, oh, that thing's never fucking coming back. They come back, man. I've actually taken players to my fucking and just.
I do. Yeah,
seriously.
No, I genuinely do because of the two faces on the pliers, one side and the other side. You get that square, so you get and it sort of it's much safer in a lot of ways. It's harsh as fuck, but just give them a squeeze.
Right.
Cameras over there.
Oh, Smiley don't like this, does he? I forgot. It's not. It's too harsh.
What, breaking them?
Well, I just know that you think Eagle's strong on his plants, and I guess I'm about the same as that.
I'm laughing about the pliers a little bit. I mean, you
okay,
gotta do, no doubt, you know, and he's got experience at it, so that's for sure. But,
do you at least put a rubber guard on the pliers, or you just go full on grid?
The good thing about not having the rubber, you can put hose on them, but the good thing about it is that it snaps those first.
Oh, okay, yeah. It breaks the ridge
fibers,
so that you can actually
the
fibers. You can actually bend it easy. Yeah, that makes sense.
420, y'all. Cheers.
420.
Cheers.
I'm loaded and ready to go. I've been waiting for it.
Me too.
Most definitely, it's ideal to not let them get that big, though. That's the lesson learned.
What did you say?
I said ideally it is not, just not let them get that big is the ideal situation. But
it's because you're too organized, not because you're not organized enough, though, right?
No, it was because I was keeping cats and keep on the same boat as Johnny's room. So I mean that's why. And then they sat on the table for too long. So.
But I find that you know, I feel just as well with the old plants. I get a more established root system going in there before I flower, and they seem to be able to take a little bit more. If I have to, give them a little bit more, and they seem to be overall healthier and less susceptible to bullshit with that better root zone established in the bigger pots. That's why another reason why I like to give them a little bit better. Bigger the roots, bigger the fruits. I mean, that old type saying here. Now, again, I spoke about this too. When I put that thing in flip, I kind of want it to be somewhat close to being root bound, to where it's no longer, a full end root production that I'm gonna have to feed it, at that point. Because I know at that point it's kind of maxed out and it's like feed. The first couple of weeks it's not, still spreading roots underneath, full production off top. But that's just me speaking aloud, which I don't know. Sometimes I wonder why I do.
So, Eagle, how long is your veg? How long is your veg normally after you get out of seedling stage?
Out
I
of
don't think
seedlings
it's
from
speaking if you
seed,
don't do it out
60
loud.
days. Yeah.
60 days and
Yeah.
okay, so you
From
go a full
clone,
2 months.
30.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it takes that to actually, usually to get a good read on the plant, a female, and be mature enough, in my opinion. Wow. That's another thing. Just be mature enough.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the times I don't put mine in. I put them in early, just because I'm trying to find a strain that I really appreciate. You know what I'm saying? That works for me.
What's the point of, if you can't get a proper read on it the first run, what's the point of flipping it that quick when it hasn't fully expressed itself or is capable of fully expressing itself?
Well, that's true, because a lot of the times I have to wait till the second clone or to the clone before I really understand it, which is kind of true.
And that leads me on to a question.
It does express itself a little further after I run it in through the first clone. So go ahead. What were you saying? Okay.
I was going to ask if you generally, in a general term, find that when you run something from clone, after you've run it from seed, the clone will be frostier. Like the original seed run is potentially not as frosty as the...
Not necessarily frostier, but it expresses different notes, different personality as far as taste goes. This is what I'm finding. I'm finding more terp kind of expression from my clone when it's coming out.
I've always talked about not making a proper decision until that second run. Or traits do come out in the second run, even after letting it fully mature the first run. I think that's due to, again, the plant maturing further out and it adapting to your environment, kind of bringing home the phenome.
And that's exactly the other part, the environment.
Is there a little bit of an element to it to where it's like watching a movie for the second or third or fourth time and now you're missing or you're recognizing shit you missed the first time you watched it?
Dude, you gotta watch the movie twice.
And also another thing is, I think you run it a bit better the second time because you have an idea what it's going to do. So you preempt some of that shit. Let me support that. Okay.
Exactly. You understand it a little better. And that, and that's kind of what I'm doing as far as I'm trying to do shorter session as far as running it, because if I ran it for a full period where I'm trying to get the most out of my plant, it might not be something that I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to waste it. So that's kind of how I look at it as well. It's waste not, want not, in a way. So I grow a little bit at a time just to see what it creates. And if I like it, then I clone it out and go a little further with it to see what it comes out in the second. And well, in the clone session, And then at that point, then I make a decision whether I'm going to keep it in the garden. And
how long could you see yourself doing that for? Like, say you lock down 4, is like 4 enough of a variety, or will you still be popping seeds after you find 2 to 3 to 4 ones that you like?
Well, I'll always be popping seeds.
Generally, Red Pill, I can answer your question because I constantly tried in my whole life to get to 3 strains. In my whole life, I'm like, I want an up, a down, and a middle. It just never works out like that. Sometimes I've just got 1 keeper, sometimes I've got 10 keepers, but it's never okay. These are the 3 I'm settling on.
Well, I don't really mean it like that. I just mean like, you're giving it like another run, So how many runs will you run a plant until you're tired of it? You know what I mean?
Oh, I gotcha. Oh, yeah. I totally understand what you're saying. I did it 4 runs on the Cindy 99 Blueberry before I realized that that was not a strain that I was sold on. You know, it didn't hit all the spots. So
No.
yeah, I actually moved that one out. You know, and there's been a couple other ones that I kind of moved out too that I just felt like were not the style of just didn't have the quality of resin production that I was looking for. You know, the trichomes.
Well, see, and I want to know if for things that I like so much, if it's to the point where I could get tired of something that I really love right now. Like if I could grow a Vortex again, or if I grow Kosher Kush again, those are 2 strains that I really love. And I'd wonder if, can I get tired of my favorite strains? Or like the people say, what's your desert island strain? Before you even go to the desert island, can you get tired of your favorite strain? And that would be a bad thing, I would think, right?
Well, no matter what, if you have too much of a good thing, it will become not so good.
No matter what.
No matter what.
You can totally change. You can totally change strains with where you're feeding them or where your room is. You know what I mean? It's controlling different aspects of the environment. You can totally change certain strains. So it's, I don't know. I mean, like you say, the desert island strain. Well, if you could control aspects to it, you could possibly have.
It's a fortified desert island. It has a better grow room than NASA.
No, not at all. I mean, you have to have the ability to control.
No, this is a fantasy island. It's no longer a deserted island.
Yeah. It's the plane, boss. It's the plane.
Yeah, we're trying to get high as a plane.
Yeah. But you get what I'm going with that. I mean, you can do different things.
Put it on one side of the island, put it on the other side of the island, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Different soil, add some sand, whatever.
North, south. Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking of Dr. Evil's lair. I'm thinking of a hollowed out volcano that there's no sand.
Is that your desert island? Oh, my desert island, there's nothing, like nothing. You're giving yourself buildings and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Dr. Evil.
You young guys always taking fucking shortcuts, man.
Well, I'll throw myself under the bus on this one too. Like the rascal berries that I've been pointing out in the video, I've been growing that one for years. There's no way I would have kept that strain if it grew like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it was all because I know it's all because of how I fed it, because I've had it so long and I see a difference in that. So that's where I'm basing that off from. It's not just something I'm throwing out willy-nilly, but I've seen that myself just from having one cut for multiple years, and you run it so many times and different shit happens. It ran through during the winter and it did this, and it ran through during the summer and it was hotter and it did this.
Well, that is specific to one of mine that I named, the Kosher Kush. The one that always comes back to my mind because I grew it out a number of times from clone and different seeds out of the same seed pack. But my favorite grow of it ever was summer of 2012. It was like June to August, right in the middle of the summer. And just because where my AC was and where my tent was and how I had that set up to evacuate heat during the summer, I had actually better dialed in temperatures because of that AC cranking than I did sometimes in the winter. In the winter, it'd be hot as hell with the light on and cold as fuck with the light off, too much of a swing. But in the nighttime and daytime temperatures during the summer, it would relatively stay much better. No, not as much of a swing, and it wouldn't get as hot as it would without the AC. But yeah, that's that summer of 2012 Kosher Kush. That became my favorite plant in like one singular plant that I've ever grown. Just like that Vortex was the favorite weed or bud that I ever got. I mean, those are 2 different categories. That's why I'll never narrow it down to like what's my one favorite strain, because one of my favorite strains was something that I grew, and then another one of the strains was something I like so much that it forced me to track down seeds. and started growing in the first place. So
That's cool though.
Yeah.
That's ganja
I
getting
like
under your
those.
skin. Right, come find it. Come find it.
Mhm. It was the fear of losing or like coming down to the last bowl or the last nug of that vortex. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm not going to let this be something I never see again. I'm finding seeds and I'm growing this. So
And the plant said, "Catch me if you can."
Yeah, you got cultivated, mate.
oh, I did grow it. I did grow actually one singular plant of it, and it was a male. And then I had a seed collection. I think I had up to 60 vortex seeds because I've repeated this story before, but anytime I would buy seeds on Attitude, I would close out the order if I had enough money for either a 5 or a 10 pack of vortex to just add through the collection. So I had vortex seeds from like 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13. And my plan was, before I busted, to get to around 110, 115 seeds to give me a little bit over, germination problems occur. But I want to do a pheno hunt of 100 vortex seeds and find that phenotype of the one that I was chasing after, and then its male counterpart to do a line breed F2, because I didn't want to fuck around with any variables and opening up gene pools. I just wanted to narrow it down and lock down that specific pheno that I found again, which was a whole nother synchronicity, but it literally was like to a T of Subcool's description for this vortex, terpene and effect wise. So it wasn't really hard.
For me, what's the terpene and so forth?
Uh-oh, what happened?
Tell me, I just wanted to know what it tasted like.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know the strain.
Here's the thing, it may not be appealing, but it's one of those weird stinky ones that if I say it, it's gonna maybe sound gross, but it was super good at the time, but it was so dead on to where it was like recognizable, and I read it in the seed description. When I got the weed, I was really excited about it. I had some indication that it was going to be maybe better than a couple other bags that I bought before that, because usually who I get it from or who I got it from would just tell me that they have a new pack or whatever. They didn't like throw a name on it until I got there or until I asked for it. Now this time they actually told me, they're like, "Oh, I got some new stuff. It's called Vortex." I'm like, sounds appealing. So I go to get it, and I have buddies waiting for me back at actually where I'm at now in my garage. I'm not in the garage, but here at the house that I'm at. I had my buddies meet me in the garage after I got the bag, and my buddy opened it and stuck his nose and was like, "Smells like baby poop." So it's a baby poop strain, but it came to a thing where I knew that I had Vortex. It wasn't like a fake name or, misleading strain, because on Subcool's description, that's what he lists for the terpenes. It says mango, snapple, and baby poop is what that terpene profile was. So that'd be what I'd chase again. I'd have to use my nose and be like, "Where's the baby poo? Where's the baby poo?"
Nice, man. I'm gonna check out though, guys. It's that time for me. 12:40. Always cool hanging out. Good to see you guys. Hope you guys have a great Wednesday.
Cheers,
Wicked,
Smiley.
man. It's Wednesday. Thanks.
Hump day.
Appreciate you, Smiley.
Cheers, Smiley. Always so quick on that fire. Well, I'm out of here too, guys. I was actually going to pull it at 4:20. I'm actually kind of stoked. I was just kind of checking the message throughout some invites and whatnot. And gotta sometimes, even as long as I have been doing this, man, sometimes you get some follows that are like, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's funny because I've seen, I think it was Robert talking about Black Lime Reserve in chat, and I look at my message, and Mean G gave a follow. I was like, yeah.
Right on, man. Right on.
So yeah.
That's right at the top of the list, isn't it? Right up there.
Yeah. So, little things like that can make a fucking day. It's awesome.
Yeah, just a bit of a connection, like, yeah, I don't know. I like it. Wicked. Have a great day,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you so much,
Yep.
Eagle.
Thank you, Eagle.
Yes,
You too, bro.
yes, Green Thumb.
You,
Thanks.
Mr. T.
Later.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna slip
And-
out too.
And I want, yep, I want to say, all those warriors out there, all of our military people that have given everything for our country. I appreciate it. Just want to say that. Eagle, much love to you. Red Pill,
Yep.
always good times talking.
Yep, same.
Chat, I'll see you out in a second. All right. Check you guys later.
See you, Johnny. Yep.
Yeah.
Same thing to you, Eagle. Always fun hanging out here, talking. My bad for blabbering on after 420. We need the wrap it up box. We gotta have so many fun things, that wheel, wrap it up box, bingo cards. But
I do need to get on that wheel. It was top of the list, and then I got sidetracked on that shit. So, you're right.
Oh,
I'm gonna get
yeah.
that wheel going.
yeah,
I actually thought about, I had that one. It's funny you brought the wrap it up thing just before we go, because there was one night that we were going seriously long, and we were all in a good mood too, you know what I mean? And I actually had looked that up. It's that part of the fucking Chabot show.
you had it pulled up.
And yeah, I was getting ready to fucking pull it up and shit, but I was like, oh, I don't know how well that will go over, so I never used it.
Okay. Well, leave it up for the future. I won't mind.
All right.
And yeah,
You have a good
I
day,
do
brother.
agree. Thank you. And I do agree with everyone that mentioned something. You know, if you ever need to take a break, none of us hold it personal. You know, you get a lot of support from pretty much 100% of all of us here. So thank you, Eagle.
That means a lot, guys. Thank you, brother.
Peace out.
Thank you, seriously. Have a
Yep.
good day.
You too, Eagle. See you guys later.
And I do thank a lot of you guys who did take the time out to send me texts, DMs, and emails, wishing me the best and all that. You know, I appreciate you guys and the support of the show. It isn't even a show to me anymore. Can you call it a show? It's just part of life anymore. So I appreciate you guys following along day after day. It means a lot. So it's time for the shout outs. Get some music brought up here. I actually am very honored that this thing still is going on. People are still following along. Hopefully things will keep going. Now that I've got the garden back in tune, I'll probably start showing off a little bit more, which I still don't feel the best about. You know, like I said in the beginning, and why I still don't talk about a lot about my process and what I do here in the garden. Man, it's been 409 episodes. If I talked about what I do every day, you guys would be fucking sick of me. So I am going to do, because I'm taking on a couple little things, I will be sharing and showing a little bit more. So stay tuned. With that being said, we do got some music. Let's see what we can find out here. Man, I got to find some better music. See if YouTube will throw us one with that commercial. No, they do. Let's see here. Give me one of my favorites, man. I gotta get some juice. Oh, let me grab my juice. Oh, there we go. Gotta do the shout outs. Gotta have some juice for the shout outs. Some 100% grape juice, of course. Oh, there we go. Got some music there. Leonard Skinner, one of my favorite bands, and this is Can't Find My Way Home, not Give Me My Bullets, YouTube. Give me back my bullets. Oh, so good. So good. just a little tarp to get the taste buds, mouth juices are blowing in the mouth. Cheers, T2B. Cheers, T2B. Good morning. You know who's the top of that list. Sub Cool, D's House Dank, Mama Law 710, Scarecrow 420, Free Dumb Bone, Christina MT89, Unplugged 705, Medical McGull, Cubby Rick, T the Rebel, the 19207, Baby, it's Lee, the States on here, Tom Spoon, Greg Walker, Meadow Goat, T Dog, Dung Beetle, Red Eye, Jedi, Groves, Mother Nature, Dustin Conway, Duckweed, Run Boy, 7427, 7426. Sorry, Run Boy. Justin Gooder, Songman, Okie Grower 75, Cody Trevor, Michael Wallace, Mo Vision 420, Daddy Taco, Don Slug, Rick S. In the Bushes 827, James Steven, Kevin Hahn, World Slash Hope, Pat's Fan, Biomentor, Dirt Road Dude, Canna Shiva, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Rustler, Dad Goblin, Dr. Buzz Lightyear, Acetone. I sent him a message again today, man. I missed that cat. 710 Chinook. Canna Queen, Genetics, Sammy Tanazi, Food German Dan, Keith the Black Sales, Mr. Bookzilla, Sim Freedom Gardens, Roston Bob, Crossed Jeff, so Small Two, Tyler, Frosty Bud, Storm, Michigan, Michael, Ouija Bud, Stuff, Roy, Big Jar Rose, JC Modern Genetics, SoCal Weedner, John, Last PPJ 15, Green County Grower, CJ Apple, Perfectly Imperfected Show, I should say. Dollar Tree Grower, T1 Production, Steak Grower, DO8 Golf Beds, Miss Nudie Rose, I Johnny Candace, Nutrient Shootouts, Nani, Nikki, Joey, Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's, Observation Booth, Clover, 420, I Spy, Aldrich, 25, Madam T, Stu Moo, Mo Grower, the Canna Crate, Loki Grows, Sets, this guy, Burton, 79, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws, Voodoo Aldras, Fresno Nerds, Kelly Connection, Wolverine Grow, Big Jar Grows, Jimmy One for Life, Laid Way Back Farmer, D Block, MMP, Nations Creations, Amber Lalana, Psychedelic, Warlock Artist, LD, Sir Sticky Rob, Big Day 420, Brent Woodall, Big Ed 1961, Manawati, G3, The Green Plate, JK, Triple G, Mr. Strictly, Brittany, and Tyler, GC, Hope Farms, Lisa G, John, BG Crazy for You, BGWG420, but Dr. Botswell, Hope Thumb OG, Arthro, Sense Media, Arthro, Just Face 420, East Coast Grower, Sure How, Craig Malone, Keep It Real, Hangerton 427, Someone Audit Everywhere, BTWD Grows, Green Bingus, Green Puffin Man, Alex Boykin, Chef Life, School of Crop, because I love it, Green Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie Real, 100, 212, Andy Man, Brand Family Farmers, H Farms, Me All Flower, Ryan Henderson, 313, New Silva Wins, Kingdom Aquaponics, Indra, Michigan Native, Mary Jane, Smith Garden, Streamer 77, Double D, Bad Bunny Nutrients, Miss Green Pots, Miss Green Nugs from 619 664, Spaniard, Kruger, Jones, Grow, Pop G Grow, Raz, Amy, Raz Amy, Dro Grows, Cast, the Grow From Your Heart podcast, Lily Luna, the Med, Green Med Flock, Jeremiah Miranda, Stony Creek Lost, Art, Mr. No One, LG 420, Giant Mike, Prometheus Soil, Jason Isom, Pete Wynn, David Kobe, Mason 662, Scroggy Mix, Scroggerton, The Goddess Grows, Kaylee Burrows, Chad Brad, Family Farms, Polly P, Bjork, Kevin Jodry, Mike Honcho, Jay Huggins, UDA, Green Tree Hunter, Kush Cloud, Joshua Steensland, Organic Home Buds, Warren Nelson, Cam Wood, Maine Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Stone, Texas OG, Chuck Norris, Sarge S, Claire Fresno, Happy Guy, 311 Mix Up, Kinder Grows, Evergreen Hayes, G's, French Tree, MMJ, Matt S, Safe Ball, Dragonfly B, Justin Neds, Travis Walls, Lucky Mike, that is, no more unlucky. Lucky Mike, that is. Seattle Chronic Seeds, King Chronic, Titan for Blast Coke Seeds, Shango Gas for Passive for Light, John Smith, Tommy Trico, Smoker King Raz, Pop Little Soul Roll, Spiky Pilots, Oscar Green Jr., Matt Silver, Indoor 11, Stephanie B. Sharp, Pulley 989, Bob Brown, Southern Garden, Stoner Nation 420, Joe Y Bugs 1313, Grower Pain Lady, Frank Boot, Jay Myers, to Mid, to Chat, Mr. Randy D. Bag C, Dr. BGC Jeff, Shredder 911, Dutch Grove 420, Scallywag 420, Skill Bull 1, Grower, Empire Breeding Co., Growley, Lost Leaf, Liam Ass, Danny Danko, B Bear 7, Ollie Noble, CK Tom Trinidad, Looney Jester, Smoking with Small Town. Mr. Easy Rafter Grows, Rob Automation is Freedom, Robert Hazelton, Door Michigan Quarry, Double Tap Farms, Mr. Greenfield 420, 808 Rudy Prospects, Canna Bus Driver 8 Life, Kenny 710, Operation Grows, T Ben, Brudnut 619, Dr. Scrambles, VB Moonrocks, GHF Double J Bio Green, Stealth Grower 56, Hanky Stanky OG, KB, Ganja Nana, Your Mama, Jojo Joe, Roy Rodriguez, B. Growing Nature's Best Nuts, Killer Pete Grows, Contra Whisper, Husky Gardens, Nut Tree 420, Dr. Who, Soil Life 420, Bully 4 Life, the Jeffro 420, Beavis 698, Dr. Franklin Booty, Goddamn on Bake Ted's Test, the Riffin' Bad Boy, Jack Greenstock 420, Boom Farm, Sally Farms 420, Aldrich 25, Smiley's Gardens, D's Nugs, Miss D's Nugs, JD's. Smoking Grow, Fraser Grow, Cassie, Twisted Roots, Faded Farmer 420, Jeff Dorowski, Genetic Memory Farms, The Ball 420, Cameron, Mr. Bagsy, Jill Carter, Maine, Mystic Marks, Mystic Grower, Ginger Snaps, DTE, Groze, Rick Wolf, DLP 2372, Ned Denver, Mike Denver, Sergeant Pepper 420, Cannon Trooper, Blind Cat 420, Light Up Again, Tim, UKSIF 420, Buddha Boy, I believe will be here on the 3rd, correct, Buddha Boy? Looking forward to that one. Devin Shipwreck, Medical FJ, Budsville USA, Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, Date Man, Dan Day 420, Red Center Farms, Good Luck, Joni Bell, GTP, Most Hated Growers, Major Jet 420 Army, American One, W Dig 714. Charate Skinios and Lennox Mountain Skies, ready to hit that fire. Chris Mertz, Eats, Robbie, Sergeant Live, Hippofay, Can, Bring Your Legs, Finest, Ridge Bench, Goes and Move, Southern VT Grower, Choose Medical, Jerry Bear, +1 Mushroom, Secret City Pioneers, 2042 Spacewalker, My Little Tent, if I missed that, Christian, Tree Mump, T Bearings, and Heart and Soul Homegrown, Mike B, T Dwayne, East Coast Will, Heidi Day, Galactic Garden, John Smith, Elliptus, My Natural Farms, Pacific Northwest Seeds, Ross, Kaya Ball, Lemon Hopeful Trench, Rita's Juicy Like Freedom 420, Grant Manual, Barry Band, Sammy Sizzle 81, 9 Hits Colas, Chris Moon, DK Trades, Vision Creators, Guru, The Kind Brew, Cannon Nation, JJ Wires, Dan, the Indoor Man, Gromy's Homeless, Hamilton, Gross, Flip, Smoke, Keystone, Canna Flag, PA, Big High, Ted, Eugene Greeley, Pace, Drew, Hustle, Fred Darn, Carlos, Hazer, Zona, Beer Grow 420, No Sell, Jesse White, Castain Yeti, Introvert Genetics, Zoso J, Vixen 1, Mr. Killer 8, Mo, Bang, James Buttercream, C-Dub from NorCal, Pharmacy Seed Bank, Deadhead, Smokey 61, Curtis May, Matt Myron, Morte, the Rick Heyman, Stephanie Dore, Antenna Seeds Fab, Carius K, Mike Rubles, the Drew Bear 420, Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Slow to Get Up, Stu Move, Popco 719, Make Me Shake, Baby, Old Smoke, PWC, Grown Buds, Laura Wash, Mr. Weedbun, Old School Grower, Chad Westport, Honcho, Grown Florida Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven, Pungent Sound Seas, Goliath Grower, Richard T, Chrissy Wamby, Mr. Soul, Food Spectrum, Colin God, Lori Hanson, Real, 2,000 Years of Tradition, Mr. D County, Pimp Fame, If Jam, Body Face, Sean Sasquatch, Fuck Google and You, I'm Going Whale, Canadian Restore, Corridor, Farm, Carl Wright, Zephyr, Humble Farms, Tannery Farm, Seldom Seen, Oak Park Gardens, Hell, 9782, Scully Pass, Martial Artist, 2012, Michael Slate, Hefner, Danny McDizzle, KGB, Roger, Robert, Mr. Green Fingers, Motherfucking Timeless, Ranch Coach, Monkey Balls, Andrew Champlin, Bobby Lynn Needs, Trent Steer, Miss Mac, Miltonia, Lake Bologna, Bill S. Weed Pete's, Tater Delicious, Minty Country Roots, here on Fire Genetics, Earth Creeper, Big Ray 420, Teeny 101, Buds and Hazard, Miss Club 14, Bearded B-Man 61, Bearded B-Man Farm 616, Snob, North Max, Screwman, Ruby, Timothy McKinnon, Neo, Justin Beach, Chronic 88, Fat Valley, Real, Jennifer Steele, Kimbus 03, Turf Farm, Shannon Stevens, Carlitos, Latinos, Gator Country, Mr. Speed, Wolstein, Firesoul, Wally Wookie, The Goddess Grows, Ross Bob, Whitefeather Grows, loving that one. Tiger King, brother, thank you so much. Vernon Truth, Tone Grows, St. K-Man Grows, BX Gunner 81, Smith, Noob Grows, Sean McCann, Jay Monks, Dink, Agenda, Walla Walla Canna Grow, Fall Dog, Huron Cannabis Council, List Paris, Rockford, Justice Make 420, Ben Fresh, Grow, Barbie Herbs, High Boy, Your Man Grows, We Be Growing, Australian Grown, For the Love of Plant, Argo American, Smart Poker, Unfrozen Caveman, Hawaii's Highest Surf Crack, Micro Goon, Jeff Lofells, Mobius Grows, Dank, Brownie, Sandy, Elliott, Harkins, Mystic Flavor, The Foraging Gardener, Overwater, Overkill, Seattle Seed, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green 514, Amelia Jensen, Oz Indica, Dr. MJ Coco, Brandon Russ, Matthew Gates, Steve Spag, Sean Sire, Shotgun Willie, Dank Yoda, Jay Simmons, Sure Bro, Rose, Fleckimus, Scoop, GJ Conley, ATG, late 1978, Michigan Grown Buds, Your Boy Roy Boy, Delta 9, Jamie Candace, Fleckimus 420, Sinky Kiolas, Dylan Cypher, PFC Farms, Husky Gardens, Sun Grown 707, J. 8 Drove J420, Cascadian Grows, Tito's of McGee. We're Plants A, Weedworks, Captain Scrog, Chunky Buns, Hans Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Live, McGaster Tamby, Annie Iron, D Erds, Leon from All Purpose Flaws, Screen Goose, 11 Smiles, 11, Bindu Buds, Michael Ross and Plenty, Wild Bobby, Sean Ben's Rescue Roadside LLC, Notorious Snug, Magna Seeds, Father and Son, Driving Tutorials, Pete Dank, Jose Martin Perez, Jose Martin Martinez Perez, Doggo the Hut 420, Bug, Chivo Man, GR420, Camillo Videos, or GMO. We know who it is. Detroit River Red, Luis Garcia, Michael P. AJ Everyday, Captain Dog, Chef Bob 13, me, Mud Grower, Cookies, Coop, Jay Kendricks, In for the Grill, Captive, Audit, Backwoods All Good, Sally Man Sale, Adam Skankin, Chanel, Pleb, One Smoke Away, Ganja Roads, Kazoo, Aaron Burning, Shrooms, Mr. Lincoln Sinking, Unplugged 705, Angel Studios, MG, the 420 Pro 10, Paul Diella, John Fleming, Dinkovich, Drago, Flower, Paulie B, Sheldon Scene, Elevated, Lenny, Organic, Sunman, Chiba Sunny, Tepocalyc, Ricardo, Dan J, Earth Friendly Farming, Candy Forest Farmer, Fuck All That Bead, Misfit Grower, Jason Lamp 512, Snake Eyes, No Other 4466, Jason Grayson, Sony Baker, MD, Sony Creek, Ross Sign, and French Wallet, Tarzan, Superman, Old Man, Urban Ash, Furry Bird, Oak Grower, Manigar, Simple Man, Survival Time, Tim Blake, Off Coast, Chronic, Sink Fact, Caballero, Polero, Harley, Grower, Jen God, Jason Lamp 512, again, Steve College, Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Sharpie, The Island Ace, Scuba Seek, Speak, Share, Ray, Brandy K, TCDR, Claire Killian, Wardrobe Farming, Randy, Grande, Pip 1000, Ace Boo 20, 3223, Wake Up, Captain Freedom Bead, Puffer Smiles, 15 Digit, Michigan's Boots, Hash, Fred G, Super Bob, Groski 808, Weekend at Bernie's, K-Bag, Justin Station, Strong Style, Organic, Sippy, iMatic 31, Honesty, KL, Me Off Flower, Brent Blue, Todd Kendricks, Nudes, KNT, Chris D, Truth Shit, Photons, Fold, Natty Dreads, Barbara Matthews, Ancient Soul, Grown, Kevin Jiu-Jitsu, Canna Health and Happiness, Berserk 215, Collab, Low Color, Arlo, Trembly, Mo, Manic, Menace, Raz, Benchy, Helen, Hugh, Janus, James T, Atomic Sweet, Miss Jill, Big Daddy, LT Garden, Big High, Fly, 420, Lobster Brush, Bro, Mother, Tree, Maine, Red Pill, Yo Boy, Roy Boy, Aesthetic, Shannon, Gibbons, Ruhan, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, One Smoke Away, The 8040 Show, Richard Lamb, Cannabis Pursuit, K Rolling, Grow, Worthy Buzz, Logan, and Oil Flower Podcast, Entourage Facts, Warren Distant, Pink Lady Luck, Elmando 420, surrounded by Keith, Ferrari Farms, French Dweller, Single Fathers, Happiness Without Guilt, Richard Forbes, David Pimento, B4 P-Funk, Nick T, John Reese, What About Bob, Prince Patty, Daniel Bergman, Green Puffin Man, B, Doug Lee, James Chung, Sarge Gross 818, John Wayne, Carolina Root, Sister Golden Hill, Deanna, El Dinkerino, K&F Gardens, 10 Blank, 1030, choose one, only the Farmer James, Crypto Dope, Richard Lamb, HIP Grower, Match Bean, Dan Marino, Maine, Chronic Wonder, Sunrise Grow, Top Floor Genetics, Home Vision 420, Cantu Cannabis, Jesse Fincher, My Dog Nelly, Rooster Farms, Alex Hardy, Gear, Daniel Gross Photos, Fenton Grow, Sunrise Grows, Lexi, Brittany Koo, My Baby Girls, No Limit 916, Grumpy Toad, Alchemist, and Canna Mix, Soulborn Addiction, Ross, Joe, Alex D, Dirty Org, Catfish, High Power, Thunder Dan, Propagation Station, John McDaniels, Lisa Marie, Sergeant Gross, 818 again, Blaze Daily, I Fried Viper, Perpetual Eagle Fried Warrior, Settle Spots for You, Frank Usada, The Dank Duchess, Keno, Max, Kelly Maxwell, Captain 420, Frank Exotic is the fact. What about Bob Hillchester, John Gorski, Jen Doe, Dude, Dungeon Gangsta, sorry about that. THC4, PTSD, Todd, what's up? T Barrington, Hunter, Roll, Swamp Camp, Hilaro, Cannabinka. Fuck that up every time. Best of because I showed that one to someone as well. Mr. Manny B, Ken Ferrari, 420 AB Normal, Franklin Girl, Bare Feet, Jake Brent 74, TK Brown Guy, 420, Packager 420, Burning Tree, Maine, EA Gray, Sun, Grow, 207, Hydro Daily, Hemp GD, James, Jamie Reed, Supreme Grape, Happiness Without Guilt, Stony Rockefeller, Caveman, Cannabis Caveman, Bruce C. Said Bruce Sydney Sin. Why he's sustainable. Midnight Roots. Dead Cynics. Knuckles. Bud P. Be Apollo. Be quick. Be nimble. Bud Kilowatts. Michael D. Bo. 889. Disbanded Brothers. Marcelia. Matt Joseph. Grace. Grace Machine RX. Keep it Chief. Hydro Daily. Concerned American Cannabis. 1411. Don't ask me, I'm fucking these up. Freedom of speech, Dr. Joints where these trees. Ganja Sudoku, 710 is oil upside down. Jesse Stevenson, Victoria, what about Bob? Sacred Garden, Gus Gross, Slick Rick, 8 Dog Pounds, David Seattle, our Moon Watts, Goshang Yeti, Ed and Grown. Main Road is that? Uncle Emmer, Off Grid Church, Christopher 54, Last Predator, Matthew from SoCal, Sue, Illinois Man Beater, or Sue Man Beaters, as I see, Junks Proof, Dark Horse Genetics, Stoner Dude, Joel from North Star, Carolina, can't forget Jim, Joel and Jim from North Star is how they should be read. B13 Lil, Beyond Perfection, X Elite GPXX, Crispy Treat, Kitchen's Uncle Stoner, Grower's Paradise. What we got here? LED Grown Gardens, Iceni Clan, Decoy Bacon, Mr. Scotto. Last but not least, well, hold on. I don't think the American one is on this list. American one, but last but not least, our good friend, Regis 207. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for hanging out for fucking 20 minutes of me fucking stream today. That shows how awesome you guys are right there. Thank you guys very much. Have a great day. Of course, as Smiley pointed out, it is Hope Day. Hopefully, you can put a little bit of hope. Have a good day. If you guys know the routine, if this is the end of your day, please get some rest. This is the beginning of your day. Have an amazing day. Please put a little hope in that day. Moreover, be good to yourself. And please try to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. Living, breathing example of that. Not afraid to do it. You guys have an amazing day. I'll see you tonight. Who the hell is tonight? Oh, Big John? Oh, I know who it is. I gotta check my email. Big John Grows, I believe. I could be fucked that up. Fresh Baked One. You made the list. But hopefully we do have a guest tonight. If you guys would like to help get things back on track and get some guests flowing while I can build up the list again, please get with me and schedule a night. I'd like to hear your story if we haven't heard it already. And I'd be very grateful. So would the community. You guys have a great day. I am out of here. Love you guys. Peace.